Well, good evening and welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Hope you're ready for an interesting discussion tonight on Field Day. We've got Field Day coming up. So be sure and grab a beverage, get your refill. You got about 30 seconds, and we'll see you in just a minute. Well, good evening. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. How are you guys doing tonight?
Tired, man, but I'm excited.
Someone needs a Red Bull or 5-Hour Energy or a cup of coffee or one of Ham Radio Dude's shake thingies that he does for his to get his show going.
Just give me a beer.
Hey, beer snack.
Hey, that I can do.
What up, Don?
What do you call a pig that does karate?
Pork chop.
Pork chop. There you go.
Oh,
Very
goodness. Good. Oh, goodness. It's going to be one of those nights.
Here we go.
Oh, Steve, how are you, sir?
Doing well.
Anything exciting going on this week? I mean, I know it's only Tuesday, but
It's only Tuesday now. I've got my guest room. The popcorn's already scraped. The ceiling's just about ready to take paint. And then I got to do the walls. So, and the wife wants to do it on Field Day. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go play radio.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
does she know.
sacrilegious.
You talk tough here with your buddies, but you know that's not the way it goes, right?
Exactly.
We're all that way. We're like, she don't
wait a
tell me
minute.
what to do.
But it's scraping popcorn. It's scraping popcorn. There's something in the marriage decree that has to be about scraping popcorn.
Popcorn ceilings.
Versus eating popcorn. All I'm going to say.
Well, good evening, Don. How are you, sir?
Besides not wanting to scrape popcorn ceilings. Yeah, we're hanging in there. I got a brand new cigar tonight. It's from Diesel, AJ Fernandez Group, but it's the uncut. It's a little bit different. It's a little longer, but it's not bad. So
yeah, when I told you that I had a special package going your direction, I picked up a Diesel. And it was fermented in a bourbon barrel, but I don't remember which bourbon barrel it was. But it's a really good cigar.
I've had that.
And that's my first Diesel cigar. And I think I'm kind of a fan now.
I've only had 2 flavored dipped cigars in bourbon, and that is one of them. And you guys know I'm not a bourbon drinker, but I was very happily surprised. Very nice. Not too over the top. It was just perfect. So. Kudos.
Nice. Excellent. Beer snack. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm here. I'm doing. I'm moving forward every day. Doing all
One
right.
foot in front of the other.
Getting ready for Saturday. No, got a lot going on. Personal life stuff. Just doing. And then, other than that, to help Dan out with some stuff, and hopefully be able to help him out with some more stuff. FT8 off this week, I believe, is on T.O.'s channel. And then next week, before us, is FT8 off for the Tuesday night crew, where all the super chats and everything, all the donations and stuff are for the developers of the, of the program. So everybody can show up.
So that guy down there.
So
I have to make sure that I've got my.
Yeah, the 2. I believe there's going to be 2 next week.
Oh,
Nice.
so I can win twice. Amazing.
You can never have too many FT8 offs.
No, you can't.
So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here, and looking forward to the weekend.
Nice. And last but not least,
I like Mike's comment. Popcorn ceilings were the way homeowners in the 50s and 60s said, "Screw you, people from the future."
Exactly.
Yes, 100%.
He's spot on. Mike is spot on. Mike is correct.
The only time I've had to scrape that, I took a shop vac and I put one of those I duct taped one of the big scrapers to it, and then that way whenever you're pushing the popcorn off, the shop vac just sucks it in and it doesn't get everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
well, supposedly
DIY.
there's a special tool for that. There's a fest
We
tool
don't
supposedly
play
makes
no
a special tool.
I'm a ham.
I know.
I'm
I
a
will
ham.
improvise.
I'm a
I'm not
redneck.
spending the money on Festool. Come on.
You know, my solution
Straight.
is break it out and put drywall on top. That's the best solution. It really is.
It's like painting over wallpaper. It's very simple.
You have these funky seams in your paint job.
That's
It's
okay.
What is that?
That's what QSL card holders for, and plaques and pictures and cuckoo clocks are for. And
Dude, when I was a kid, speaking of that stuff, sorry to interrupt. We're gonna get to Shannon. I want to hear how his week is. But in my house when I was a kid, we moved in, and there's literally wallpaper on every wall, and it wasn't like the thin wallpaper today. It was the one that was like it had like thread in it, like like the wool, whatever it is. There was carpets 4 feet up on the wall, like shag carpets, and the beds had plywood bases like built into the wall and the floor. And
Wow.
my dad, I swear, he worked so long on that as a kid. And the worst part, talking about painting, is like every time my mom painted the house, she's like, "I don't like that color."
Me too.
And
Hey.
I could just hear my dad going, "Mother," and then yes, dear, he paints it again.
we had a neighbor who had shag carpet going into the bathroom. That just blew me away. Like in the bathroom.
Was it? Was
man.
it in the bathroom?
It was in the bathroom, and it was the thick shag. It was the thick shag too.
That's just
what
gross.
they
Well,
want.
you know what happens when you run out of toilet paper, right?
Oh.
You do like your dog does across the rug, right?
No. You train your dog to do what you do when you're across. Shane, how was your week, buddy?
Today's my Monday. That mental image of Daniel dragging across the carpet, or Don, or any of you guys. I just can't.
I was
can't
only
put two and two
visiting.
together here.
And
I can think of a lot worse.
But you
mental
paint.
image.
I used to go in that bathroom, and they had the TV guide, and it was great. I would read it in I would read with the Reader's Digest, but the TV guide was great. I'd go right to the crossword puzzles, and then I did something wrong. I started.
Some asshole done filled them out.
I filled them out, and then I got busted for it. Oh well.
So my week's been great. Today's Monday. The airline has recovered. So I'm not being mandatory overtime for 4 hours every night to kind of keep the keep the jets going in the same direction. So today it was nice to actually get off at the correct time, and so I can come hang out with you guys without having to join late after everybody else is already sauced up and you've been chit chatting for an hour.
I heard
But
they fixed
anyway,
it when you weren't working.
They did. Yeah, that's why they gave me the days off.
Exactly.
I said, you know what? You've worked enough, buddy. Man, we thank you. Take a few days off, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Those were your scheduled
Not next
days
Tuesday,
off.
but how about you, Daniel? I've had there's been some events. And,
Yeah, Daniel, what's going on? I
traumatic
hear
events in
you've
your
been
week.
playing EMT Coroner.
No, listen, it's not. I don't think it's proper to talk about that on the live stream.
Okay.
Guys, so
All right.
it's been a very interesting week.
So how could you hint to it without actually saying it?
I have an idea.
How about no.
No, I want to be
Here
cautious,
we go.
guys.
We
You
are.
ever
We will
stumble
be
across?
burn you.
You ever stumble across something that you never wanted to stumble across?
Yeah,
That's what
it's
happened.
like-
We'll leave
And you
it at
don't
that.
put it, and you didn't want to talk about it on the internet.
just like the movie Stand By Me. That's all
Oh
I'm saying.
yes,
See?
yeah, exactly.
This OG
Yeah.
just threw it in there. Yeah,
All right.
and you know,
Hey, do we have
Everybody's
some
in-
guests tonight?
Netflix is going
We
to have
do.
the most
So,
views to Stand
I-
By Me tonight. What happened?
All right, so we've got two guests tonight, and I want to go ahead and tell everyone for the first guest, you might want to turn your volume down just a little bit. But let me welcome to the stream. You guys know him as Tank Radio. Good evening, sir. And also to the stream, and see your audio clipped out. And I'd also like to welcome to the stream Billy. Billy has a YouTube channel called Modern Ham. For those who are not familiar, Billy, say howdy. Well,
Howdy.
There you go. That works.
Yeah, am I good?
Yep, you're good.
Loud and clear.
All right.
5'9".
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us tonight. So tonight's topic, for those that can't read, is field day. And we found out prior to the start of the show that Billy has never been to a field day. So we're going to open the floor to Billy for a few minutes and say, hey, what's your idea of field day? And then questions that you may have about field day.
All right.
Hey, hold on. I don't know who Billy is. Billy, I want to hear who you are, like your YouTube channel, because until today,
Where you been?
I knew nothing. I've been obviously whatever. What do you hit on your YouTube channels? What is it you do? And then get into your field day. Sorry, Shane. I just need to know who this guy is.
No, you're good, man.
So my YouTube channel, like you said, it's Modern Ham. My name's Billy, KN4MKB. I started my channel, I think about 2 years ago, and my focus has always been documenting my journey through amateur radio as a young person, because there's not a lot of those these days. And it turned into showing people a way to get into the hobby, especially younger people who don't have a lot of money, to show them a way to get into the hobby that's not going to be, very expensive, and to show them that it's accessible to anybody. And so that's been the big theme of my channel. And I've gotten into some more expensive things here and there, but I always try to take a step back and show people, hey, you can do SSTV with a Baofeng, or, just little things like that a lot of people can get their hands into.
Absolutely. I'll say, and because I was out of the hobby for quite some time and ran across your channel, and that was one of the things that brought me back, was saying, you know what, I could just go buy an HT and start doing SSTV, or I could start doing satellites. And you've got a video where you were doing a satellite pass with a rubber ducky antenna on a Baofeng and made a contact. I was like, no. So I went and bought a Baofeng and a Nagoya antenna. I was like, if Billy can do it, I can do it. So.
The funny thing is, when I first started, that's all I had. And so I have probably 10 or 15 QSL cards for making contacts over satellite with a Baofeng with a rubber duck. And, eventually I upgraded to a nice whip antenna, and then I got the Arrow too, but still yet, like, it's funny. That's how I got started. And, it depends. It's technique. It's angles and stuff like that. So if you're willing to learn those little things, you don't need that much to get on the air.
No, not at all. Yeah, I've since sent my Arrow to Tennessee and my radio to California to ham it forward to somebody else who'd gotten their license. Said, hey, I just got my general and just got upgraded, so I'm going to send this out and say, hey, you should try out SATs. If you just got your tech license, you should definitely try out SATs. I know Frank here, and Frank, we need to get together sometime, because
yes,
we're going to get a satellite contact.
Man, I'm staring Billy in the eyes, daggers. I'm like, I've been trying so hard for a satellite contact, and you did it with just a rubber duck. I'm done.
Billy, teach him. Billy, go up and teach him how to do it.
Well, he's got a video on it. So Frank, the link to Billy's channel is down in the description of our broadcast tonight. So check his subscribe, go check out his channel if you've thought about doing satellites. If you want to do satellites on the cheap, like I did, if you want to put the link to that video in the private chat, Billy, I'll share if you can find it. I know it may be a while back. I'll share that video so everybody can check that out.
There's a lot of things I did with the Baofeng, because the first few months of my channel, I did decoding NOAA weather satellites with the Baofeng and several others. I did like a little website transmission with PSK31 with Baofengs, but wow. I'll throw up the satellite one up in there.
Nice.
As for field day, though, the community around me isn't very, I don't know. I tried to go to a couple of the meetings, and they just didn't seem too welcoming, to be completely flat out honest. So I just haven't.
I can relate to that.
I just haven't, got out there and did it. If I drove a little bit to maybe some other towns or a little bit further away, I'm sure that there's other communities out there that might be better, but.
Well, Billy, I'll tell you something right now.
Billy, watching, you are sorry, but
no, Bill, you're welcome here. You're welcome. This is a warm community for us here, as well as the people in the chat. Do please, man, we are your friends, and we've all been. Listen, we're all still going through it. We're all still going through it. So,
I appreciate that.
Don't ever hesitate.
This has
Just say,
become
hey.
my literal clubhouse. My literal club are these guys that you see sitting here, because I don't have Elmers that I can reach out to locally. Because when I got back into HF and stuff like that, it was during COVID, so we couldn't go meet anybody. So I was playing on the radio one night and found somebody from the Discord from Joe's Discord, made a contact with him. He was filming a YouTube video, and that just kind of led the introduction to coming over to Joe's, which KYBY for those that aren't familiar, over to Joe's Discord, and that's now I have a club, and they're all over the country.
That's the way it's been with my community as well. Those guys are great. Everybody in the comments, there's always super helpful people, and that's where my ham radio home is, I guess. I don't have it locally in person, but through the internet, we have all kinds of friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Frank,
Billy,
how are
don't
you,
tell
sir?
Shane, but
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't tell Shane, but we only accept him because he's our secretary, our vice president, our janitor.
Don't tell.
So you missed the first meeting. That's what happened.
I was nominated vice president, secretary,
everything.
treasurer.
Billy, I'll give you the secret code later, but he's everything.
I'm also the one that collects the dues, so I know where you guys live, and I know you're all good on QRZ.
I've been doing all right. I'm in the middle of packing for field day. I got day 1 knocked out. I'm almost finished with day 2. Day 1 is usually equipment that is not anything about radios. It's just how I'm going to live for the next X number of days. So gasoline, sleeping pads, a couple of tripods I threw in there because they're bulky, gas, propane gas, and other things. Here, I got a picture. Woo! Yay! Nice. Dr. Pepper, of course. Man, that Dr. Pepper Zero, amazing.
Is it really? Okay.
And a first aid kit, of course. You got to be safe, and I threw the satellite antenna there. But day 2 is usually electronics. All the radios I'm going to be using, computers, supporting wires, routers, what cameras, all that fun stuff. And day 3 is close, and the day of is always loading the car, putting the food in there, and going. It's a nice steady pace to build, get everything built up so you don't forget anything, and it's literally 30 minutes a night versus you're trying to pack the day of, you're spending the next 3 hours at this gathering things. So I like this steady pace. It's a slow roll. The electronics day also doubles as let's put everything on the charger, and the next morning all goes away in the bags. So that's what I've been up to.
Are you taking that battery system that you built?
I'm taking it on there. It's not going to really be needed. I might use it just to say, hey, I've used it. We're going to be running generators the whole time, and that would be, I might well just plug in the battery so I don't have anything cords running around. I usually have a cord or two that trips people every now and then. And put that 60-watt solar panel into use. Cool. Yes, Greg, I agree with you wholeheartedly. These stupid ones, you got to turn it upside down and push on it, but then it's leaking gas everywhere because it doesn't quite work right, and then you didn't push the thing in all the way, and it just squirts out the other end. What happened to the good old nozzles where you go flunk, and then you just raise it up and you undo the button, and it just drains?
Give me a good old 1960s metal gas can.
I was about to say, both of my gas cans are still metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to call you Joel because you called me David last time. So then we have Billy Joel.
Okay. Bring it on.
If you want to have a YouTube hit, you have to buy one of those Amazon adapters for the new gas tanks and do a video on it, and you'll get like 1 million views because everybody's like, I've seen 1 billion videos like that pop up because people are just so frustrated with the new tanks.
Well, why is all this stupid thing? So I'm leaking more gas that I would have leaked with the old style.
Take the insides of it out?
No,
yes,
yeah. When you leak that much, I think you should talk to your doctor about your prostate.
So So
Hey,
you can actually
hey,
buy the adapter
I'm getting
kit.
way too close
Yeah.
to
You
45.
can
for
buy the
that.
adapter kit. They sell them. They sell them on eBay and Amazon. You could get the adapter kit to where you could drill holes in the can. Gives you the old-fashioned spout, and it gives you the air release.
Nice.
Or
Hey, we got
just look
somebody
up
new.
the Sure Can.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's up, Joe Brett?
Hello, how are y'all?
Hey, brother.
Welcome, man. It's
Got
been
a
so
spurt
long.
of good internet tonight. I figured I'd join.
Is it raining? Is it raining, Joe Brett?
Oh no, not yet.
Well, we haven't had any rain in Texas for like 5 days. Well, we had it 2 days ago, so it's coming. Unless it all just fizzles out by the time it gets there.
Y'all can't see it, but I have this rainbow that's it's amazing. So maybe that's telling me something good. So
There you go.
It's always a good thing.
I got a question for Billy. So Billy, have you been to a field day site? Is this, are you going to one, or like what do you think happens at various, because as you know probably by now, field day sites vary. Every there's no two field day sites the same, I don't think.
I've never actually seen a field day site. I've heard some people over the local repeater talk about, getting things together and making sure that you get the trailers and the generators and all that. So I assume that there's a lot of off-grid communication. I've seen some stuff here and there about getting extra points for example, like satellite contacts or if it's solar powered and stuff like that. So I assume it's just like a way to practice, just getting out there and making sure that people can communicate. If the grid's down, it's kind of just like to me, it's like a yearly training. Making sure we get out there and we know what to do and we have the equipment to have some communication. So that's how I picture it.
The things I've always done, we've always been like the Little Rascals. For those of you who remember the Little Rascals, we were just it was nothing was really serious. We have pictures of towers that were like bent like candy canes, and but again, we had fun. No one got hurt, no one died, so you don't have to fill out the paperwork. I mean, that's good. We didn't have to notify the next of kin, but seriously, it's such a fun time to do what you want to do, even if you go to a place that maybe is doing some things that you don't expect. But I'm sure if you ask me, hey, listen, I'm a new guy, I want to sit down, show me, I guarantee you're going to have 2 or 3 guys who will show you, and they'll probably end up feeding it. If you sit there for an hour and make some contacts, and the go to station, get on the air station, is always, for clubs that do that, that's a great non-pressure kind of thing that really introduces a lot of people, even non-hams visitors.
So this year, I think I'm going to go to a POTA park. There's one that's about a 30-minute drive north of me. It's in one of the bigger state parks, and I think I'm just going to take my normal Parks on the Air activation equipment, and I'm going to set it up, and I'm just going to hammer out as many contacts as I can. Head to the house. I'm probably going to have a friend of mine who's really good with a smoker. I told him that I was going to be out there all day, and that he should probably hook me up. So I'm not going to have the Frank Special Smoker Barbecue Extravaganza, but I am going to have
that's a high bar. That's a high bar, as you know. That's
You should bring your brother, Shane.
So we talked about it. He's getting permission from his wife, and if so, absolutely. I said, "Come on, let's do it."
Shane, you just need to go crash the deer lease.
So that's option number 2. If this doesn't pan out,
I'm still waiting for the address. I'm still waiting for that address.
Sent me the I haven't got the address either, but Jason sent me the info that said, "Hey, come hang out with us Sunday," because I have to work on Saturday, so I only have one day to go play radio. My work is always got to be in the middle of my radio time.
Go figure, right? Go figure.
I think
I'm going to be
somebody
in my
should make
backyard.
I think somebody should make a crank radio. I think that would be an awesome YouTube video, to take a rig and modify it so it's like a winding, the old winding, and then like
went to one a long time ago. A guy took an exercise bike, one of those exercise bikes that you sit in, the old bicycle exercise bike. This is like probably back in the early 90s, and they were using it for as to generate power to the batteries. So
who got designated as the person that had to deal with that?
This fat guy didn't get on it, but no, that's what they were doing. That was a novelty. It worked.
I see one of the clips here has that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
One of the clubs here has one of the bicycles connected to an alternator, and that's how they charge their batteries. And they're on the ship, but that's their field day.
Nice.
So yeah.
Wow, that's an idea though.
I seen a internet meme where they hooked up the exercise bikes, like you said, to generate power to the Sony PlayStation. Said you could play all you want. So you gotta be on the bike.
You have to charge the battery first.
That's it.
I'm gonna
Then
be
it
in my
comes to
backyard.
Pelotons.
Where's I can't do my fingers. That Eskimo bag, the red bag, that's the Eskimo I saw. I'm gonna be in my backyard this year with the Bioenno battery. I don't think I'm gonna do QRP. I still like my 75, 80, 90 watts out of that 7300, and I'm just gonna. The wife's gonna help me set it up because of my, this arm's not working too good. So, but she knows how to do it. She knows what to do. So, and I may even sleep out there. I asked her, "Will you come?" I said, "If we could fit 2 cots, we could, you can log QSOs for me." And she said, "No."
I was about to say, how far did that go?
I'm trying my hardest, and no, but she says she's going to surprise me with some very good food. A friend might come over, so we're going to have fun. We're going to rough it in my backyard for 24 hours. So.
I love it.
Well, I figured out this week.
Oh, go ahead.
Billy.
I was just imagining asking my wife to get on the bike to start pedaling to get my radio. I'm imagining her reaction.
Need more
to that.
juice.
Come on, honey.
Billy,
I'm not going to get 100 watts just like that.
Billy, how long have you been married for?
It's been put me on the spot. About
Guys
a
can't
year.
do that to each other.
Well, the thing is, I got an anniversary coming up.
Well, congratulations.
So it's been a year.
You're just many years. Listen, after probably by year 5, she's going to be like, I already know the answer to that question.
Here's the tip. Here's the tip, Billy. Go to your Google Calendar and put that date in, and then put that as repeats every year, and set it to an alert so that it will alert you 2 days prior, so that you already know.
That's
and
right.
It goes indefinitely.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So right now, I'd have to check the Facebook. Let's see. What does it say?
That's right. You don't want to
pictures.
Find out that her friends are wishing her a happy anniversary or a happy birthday. No, man, you got to be on top of this stuff. I'm telling you.
2 days is enough for you to go down to the local Flying J or 7-Eleven and find something. That's for sure. You know how many? My sister,
every woman.
You wouldn't believe it.
I love that. That's awesome.
Every woman needs windshield washer fluid. They always need windshield washer fluid in your vehicle. I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you, my sister.
See, I got it.
What?
My sister in high school.
Frank, back me up on this.
All right, I got your back 100%.
You take her to Buc-ee's.
I was literally about to say that, but I was like, no. But the Flying J is a better reference than Bull.
What's Buc-ee's? Because up here in the Northeast, we don't have Buc-ee's.
We don't either.
You will.
Picture a gas station with 500 pumps and 500 bathroom stalls, and pretty much every piece of junk that you can buy on Amazon in one store.
So like a pilot truck
our pilot truck stops have it's great. To me, that's one notch below a Walmart. That's one notch. It really is. I love truck stops. Man,
I will probably try to bring some of their beef jerky to Huntsville this year.
I think I got this hoodie from there.
So my sister in high school used to work at Flying J, and she was like, Christmas Eve, you wouldn't believe the panic that people will come in, and they'd be like, just find any trinket, like a shirt or something, and that was literally, they left it to like the 11th hour, and that's exactly, you wouldn't believe it. And
I applaud the success of those individuals.
So
hey, listen,
I'm gonna tell you all a story. So when my club was big back in the day, we used to do Secret Santa. We used to have a holiday party. We'll do Secret Santa, and I was throwing my head up in because we said no more than $10. I went down to our local truck stop and I bought some 324 stud mounts and all for like, and the guy thought it was the guy who got it thought it was the greatest thing. So to this day, they don't even know I got it at the truck stop. And, so those truck stops, man, they're awesome.
He used to get all my Secret Santa gifts at Christie's Toy Box.
We do a white elephant exchange at Christmas, and I'm
Yeah, there you
always
go.
chasing that liquor or wine bottle. I never get it. I
It always
always
goes to the
every
wrong person,
one.
doesn't it? It
It's
always
funny,
goes to-
Frank, because in
so
my
funny.
family, everybody brings a bottle of something, and we do a bottle exchange.
Ooh.
Hey,
You want to hear about a good present?
Adopted?
So,
Adopted?
What's that, Daniel?
What's up, Daniel?
My,
I bring the Dr. Tish. Trade you.
I was at my buddy's house the other day, a Ham, and he knows my son, my youngest son likes listening to shortwave, and so and he wants to just listen to more. Anyways, he has a Kenwood TS 820S that doesn't transmit properly. And he says, you know what? I'm going to give it to your son for his birthday. It's in mint shape except for that. And I said, great. We'll just pull the tubes. And then that way he can't transmit at all. And he can scan around and listen. And I just thought that was fantastic. So his birthday's
Yeah,
coming up
that's awesome.
on the 6th of
Excellent.
July.
Excellent.
And my son's
Hopefully he
getting
doesn't
a,
watch YouTube.
there's other stuff. Yeah, exactly. But I just found out what we're doing for field day.
Right? The skip.
I just it's like
Turn 'em on.
Sorry, Daniel. I didn't mean to
We should
burst your
turn them
bubble
on
there.
to a channel called We Build, We Learn, and we'll teach them how to transmit on it.
The wire and a copper penny.
what was I going to say? We just figured out what we're doing. I think I just clued into what our plans were for field days. So we're still in somewhat of a lockdown here. So we are doing my main club is not doing anything, which is really disappointing. And then I have another club, and it's
Where's
all us
Joseph?
rebels. So we're going to be setting up. It's going to be my buddy's coming. Well, it's going to be 2 RVs on my buddy's property. We have a vertical, and another guy is coming with a trailer that's like an antenna tower that goes up, and he's putting a hex beam on there. It's in the middle of it. We're doing all this in the middle of an antenna field, a literal antenna field. We're doing this whole setup, but then it's field day, and so that's our plan. So
are
I'm
we gonna
looking
have
forward to that.
a Whiskey 2 HRC stroke Victor Echo on that big hex beam?
I'm a Victor Alpha.
It's a
there you
Victor
go.
Alpha
Victor
3.
No,
Junior.
no.
You gotta read
Joe
the
is Victor
Discord.
Echo.
I can't read. I'm old. I can't read that. The type.
So
that
so
small.
are we planning something like that? What's the deal? Let
Where
me
you
know.
been, son?
Obviously not in that conversation.
Wait, it's the first I'm hearing about this too. Hold on.
well,
No, beer
per the
snack.
field
You'll be
day
okay.
rules,
We'll just send you all the ADIF files and then say, oh, by the way,
Oh, by the way,
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's what we did.
Frank, did you load up those ADF files yet? Speaking of
What files?
Your
podologs.
podologs.
your
your
podolog.
podolog.
Oh, those. Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Are
sitting
you
in the,
lying to us? Don't lie to us.
they're
'cause
sitting in my
address
email
folder.
box right now. I just need to hit that forward button.
Come on, Frank. Hey, Frank, you can't come back on the show until you upload them.
Exactly. There you go.
Frank.
Oh,
There's your incentive.
And I'm going to tell Jason that. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to send.
Oh,
Jason
Jason's in the
email.
chat.
Jason's
witness.
already here.
Jason,
He's
Jason,
a witness.
you hear us? You can't, Jason. He's not allowed back here until he takes care of business.
Oh no!
Yeah, put-
oh,
put
You
the
no.
heard it here
address.
first, here, folks.
Send me the address on Discord.
Send him to Steve. He can upload them.
PO Box Nunya.
Jason says he knows what an ADF file. Oh man, so you ought to be punished right there, Frank. You know what an ADIF file is. You're Mr. IT.
Oh,
Maybe the
here
second-
it goes. Here it goes. Oh.
Well, while the beatings begin, I'm going to step away for a second and get a refill.
Dan, go ahead and share my screen.
Let's see what we got here. Add to stream.
I did it.
So
What
the
do you
only
want?
log he's uploaded is canceled.
Frank.
Canceled. What's canceled mean?
You had him remove it for some reason.
I
Or
didn't
it didn't
remove
go
anything.
through. 0 QSOs.
Frank, while you're sitting there, why don't you upload them right now? You can multitask.
Hold on, I'm trying.
See? There it is, right there. Come on.
Come on.
Tio's got faith in you.
That's right. We all do. Frank, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on.
I'm trying to
Everybody-
figure out how to share the screen without divulging. like,
Everybody in the
everything
chat,
on
if you
my
want Frank to do it, type in a 1.
A 1. Do.
So is it an ADIF file or is it a Cabrillo? Like what is it
No,
called?
it's not Cabrillo.
Cabriolet.
It's not Cabriolet. Yeah, it's not the content. It's the standard ADIF file. That's all it is.
Okay.
I was going to say, Frank, you can email them over to me, and I'll take care of getting them up right now.
See, look at that, friend. See, Billy. This is what friends do. We help each other. We may razz each other, but this is what we do, man. You know.
We got connections.
Connections. You can't show that. You're giving away Jason's phone number. Stop that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, is it on there? See, I was trying to be good. Trying to be good.
Mine's all over APRS.fi. I'm not even worried about it.
Jason's going to get that call for the warranty for his truck tomorrow.
Shane, can you block that? Anyway. It was really grainy, first of all. I just noticed there was some phone number, and but Shane, maybe we need to figure that out later.
We'll fix that.
I'll go back and edit and blur it.
Frank is such a funk. FAR.
Oh, there you go. So Jason says that his phone number is in his email signature, so we're good to go.
Oh, so let's put it back up. Everybody call Jason right now. Just say, hey, Jay, where's the address?
I will say, though, Frank, I can only imagine how many people that have been hitting that refresh button every day on their POTA logs going, one of these days, I'm going to get a contact from Frank when Frank is in the Far East.
That was me after I did that 8-hour Africa stream, and I waited 4 or 5 days for the person to finally upload the log for Africa.
Constantly hitting refresh.
Frank, don't make me bring in Dr. Phil and have him talk to you.
Okay, it's in the works right now. Preview attached 1, 2, 3.
Steve's going to verify.
I was just saying, I will say, I uploaded a log earlier today that somebody sent me from over a year ago.
Why?
So Frank's not the slowest one.
Really?
So what's the verification process like?
Oh no, I got an older one probably. I'm going back on my email.
Frank.
Jesus. Steve, these are POTA logs you're talking about? Is that it?
Yeah, POTA logs.
So what's the verification process like? Do you have to confirm the contact from QRZ, or what's the story like?
No, we upload them, and then like if it's a park to park, it has to match certain figures between the 2 logs that get submitted for the park to park to count.
Okay,
there we go.
That's the other thing. That's why also, Frank and others, that's why it's important to get, because in order for those park to parks, because that's every 25 or every 50, you get another certificate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 logs. There we go.
Is that the same way SOTA works? Is that pretty much the same system?
I believe it's similar, isn't it, guys?
Where's Red? I don't know.
Yeah, where's Red or Adam?
Where's Red?
If you want me to,
Adam, if you're in the chat.
Or Charlie.
Or Charlie, sorry. Yeah. If you're in the chat, let us know.
I will CC you if you put your email in the private chat. Make sure these go through.
Yeah, coming your
Are
way.
we doing this live? Or is Frank uploading these live?
Yes.
Wow.
Get the email right there.
Wow.
He really wants to come back.
Yeah, you don't want to get the boot
next week.
I see 29. I see 29 likes on this stream right now. I better get 47 on here. Y'all better like this because Frank is uploading his POTA logs.
Message sent.
Wow.
I have a response to Tio. Go back.
Hold on.
Go back to that message.
I'm out. 1 second.
I summoned him.
Wait, somebody said soda, and one of the sodas hath appeared. So
Soda
the question was, does does uploading the POTA logs, is it similar to sending in the soda logs? Is it a similar system? That was.
I believe they upload themselves. They don't have to send it to anybody. But I will wait for Adam to correct me on that.
Do any of us look like we do soda? Do we really look like?
I mean, Frank knows soda.
Soda expert.
Soda, SODA, soda.
Soda expert.
So T.O., you obviously never gave your phone number to Shaq and Greg.
Very smart.
We have
no.
So we have an official response from Adam. Adam says the chaser and activator logs are independent of each other.
Oh.
There you go.
So
I thought.
Does Adam want to come on here?
I was about to say, where's the link?
Tell you what, I'll
Adam.
send it to Adam. I'll send it over to him.
And
he's on a summit right now, so all he's got is a cell phone. So
Hey, he can do it.
I
The
didn't
POTA
think so.
logs, the hunter does not have to submit a log. Only the activator.
Right.
Mhm.
So it doesn't have to be confirmed.
Nope.
Wow, I mean, you'd have to be
Jack
a
and
scummy
Greg, I'm
person, I
sorry.
guess.
This is not only hams.
So my N8YO is actually doing FT8 on at a POTA. So
Of course,
my
he
ham
is.
alert has been blowing up too, and I keep
course
trying
he
to I
is.
keep forgetting to mute him.
I went in there and I had to adjust him to sideband only, which is very seldom do you see him. But he does make
He's
every
on
once in a while.
sideband?
I got him on sideband.
So have I.
What's he on right now?
FT8.
Oh, shoot.
Nope. I
Nice.
saw him.
We had him for a second.
I saw him.
I dropped out.
There
There
he
he is.
is.
There he is. There he
Hey,
is.
Adam. How are you, sir?
I am doing well. Yeah, so SOTA logs are completely independent of each other. You log your own stuff, and it doesn't matter what the chaser or activator does that's at the other end of the contact. So if you want to be silly and just completely lie about your log, nobody really cares. It just doesn't matter.
It's not a contest.
It's not a
It's
contest.
not a contest.
It's not a contest.
And you
It's
can
not a
still go to a
contest,
truck.
so we can use
And
the
you can
work
still go to a
bands.
truck stop and buy a great hoodie sweatshirt. That's all we know.
That's right.
Well, while you're here, welcome to the stream, Adam. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I just got all
Now
my
put you
gear
on the spot.
packed for my 5-day, 4-night Sierra backpacking trip, which is where I will be spending field day.
Excellent.
Oh,
Whereabouts?
wow.
What state, Adam?
I've got. I'll be in the Eastern Sierra, just south of Mammoth, just north of Bishop. So that we'll be getting up to. We'll be getting up to about 13,200 feet or so, a little above that.
Wow. Wow.
That's
I hear the
almost as
air's
high
really
as
thin up
Carlos.
there.
Yeah,
You
about
gotta
as
wave
Carlos.
at him as he goes by.
I am.
Hold my beer.
Yep.
You got to be in shape for
So
that.
I'm thinking for us on the East Coast, we might be able to hit West Coast. 20 meters. I don't know, maybe afternoon, evening. The bands have been funny, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I shouldn't have a problem reaching you from Texas. I can hit pretty much anybody from Texas.
Yeah, 15 may open up even. Watch for spots. I'm doing CW only, bringing the mountain topper because it's nice and light, and that's got 17, 20, and 40 meters. And then I will have a Linco DJ G7T, that's a mouthful, with my 3-element 70 centimeter, 2 meter beam, and a PCB PCB log periodic for 1.2 gigs. So I'm really hoping to get a 1.2 gig contact.
What's that, like this big?
Yeah, it is. Yep, and it's about
Tiny little thing.
I think it's like 6 or 8 dB of gain out of that too. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you going to be making contact with Ham Radio DX and Radio Runner with that little thing?
Yeah, probably not.
No. I mean, you never know. We could get some hellacious band conditions that day. You never know.
You never know how the hams can heat up the ionosphere. Next thing you know, we're creating the band openings.
This is true. No, it should be a heck of a lot of fun. So.
He throws his call sign out there, and all of a sudden, it's like everything opens up for him. That's all that happens every single time.
It's fun. It's fun when 10 meters opens up like that on field day. Everyone forgets about 10 meters, so don't forget about 10 meters.
I just weighed my pack. Just weighed my pack for the weekend with the mountain topper, the Olinco. I've got the Canon M6 extra lens, the GoPro, food for 5 days.
10 pounds.
No, it's about.
I'm going to guess about 35 pounds.
Yeah, it's about 36 pounds. You're really close.
Yes!
So,
Nice.
See, I was in the Boy Scouts. I've done this
yeah. So yeah, it's not too bad.
25 years ago.
And that's literally 10, at least, it's 10 pounds of electronics, not counting it is counting the camera. About 10 pounds of electronics, counting the camera. So.
You do a lot better than I do. I did one SOTA activation, and I packed a lead acid battery up the mountain.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, and in the video, I was like, listen, guys, I don't have the money for the fancy, the fancy batteries, the small batteries, whatever. And still, yet everybody in the comments like, why don't you get one of those? What is it, the Life 4 batteries?
Yeah,
Life 4?
Here, go shell out $150.
Get a
I really
Miata
like those
from
batteries.
Amazon.
I'd love to have one, but I'm not ready to invest in one yet.
I found some cheap ones on Amazon. They're made by Miata, and I run 100 watts through a 7300 on that thing. It's a 16 amp hour battery, and it cost me $40.
Wow.
How long did you say it ran?
I haven't run it dead yet, and I did a 3-park activation at 100 watts.
Okay, well, maybe it won't be such a bad investment then. Maybe I should buy one. If anything, for the YouTubes, all right?
Absolutely, everything for the YouTubes.
Absolutely. And if your wife needs a pocketbook or what, just tell her yes. Just tell her yes. Tell her yes. Whatever. Oh yes.
Listen, so you jump on Amazon, you say, honey, you need something, right? Here you go. We'll put this in the cart. And after you put that in the cart, put your item in the cart so they arrive pretty much around the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
And you tell her you saved on shipping and all and you got this special discount because 2 items were ordered. Absolutely, man.
The man's been married a year, guys. We don't want to cause a divorce.
Well, I'm
here.
starting to figure some of this stuff out. I'm starting to figure some of it out.
Yeah, but Billy, so be
Hey,
careful.
honey, they were
because-
buying it too. Buy one get one free. I don't know.
We all love a
I got a
bonus.
free battery with that.
It was on sale.
that purchase.
It was on sale. It was on
So,
sale.
Billy, Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, Jason saying get the Miata or the Matey or the Milady or
But yeah,
whatever
I
that
saw
battery
that.
is.
I'm not
So
familiar
Jason's
with
saying it. I know that
I'll send you the link.
Dude has it, and there's a couple other guys that have it, and they've never had
You
they
won't go wrong.
claim they haven't had any issues. I think Red has one now too because he had to replace his lead acid one for some reason, dude.
I don't know why. It just kind of.
If one of you guys could link it. I mean, when
I'm
you
gonna
say
put it
they
in the
haven't
private
had
chat.
any issues, is it cheap?
Yeah.
It's
Because I'm all about some,
$59.99 right
I'm
now.
all about some cheap. You're talking to the guy that I'm running my FT450 for the past year on my $10 or $15 eBay power supply. So I'm cool with that. I'll make it work.
So we're 47 minutes into this, and nobody said a thing.
About what?
About
That's
what?
because we've been looking for links.
Oh, I'd like to make a motion that we bring in Billy, Modern Ham, and Adam. You haven't been brought in.
Yes, he is.
Exactly.
Yes, he is.
Oh, is he?
You are?
Oh,
He
he
is.
is.
Sorry,
And we-
I motion that Billy is brought in as a member of the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Honorary member of the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Tio
Absolutely.
has seconded it. So
All in favor?
What does
Aye.
that? What does that entail?
all opposed.
Nothing.
That means you have to show up for live streams every now and then and talk trash to everybody else.
I think I
Very
can
very
handle that.
very low standards here.
So, guys, I have to ask you a question. So, we're talking about this, make sure your gifts arrive at the same time. I think I started that whole thing with the bread maker, but I had the opportunity.
Totally forgot about that.
So
It
I
was all
picked
about
up
the
that.
bread
I got that amp right there, which we talked about last week. And then when I went to go pick that up, there's a rig that an older ICOM rig that was available. It does 2 meter sideband, and I was like, you know what, the price is right. So, and I also a meter. So I come home, and that night my wife and I were talking. I said, "Oh, babe, I think I'm going to buy this older rig. It's not that much." She goes, "Okay, great. I want a pool."
Yeah. Wait a
So-
minute. Did you get the plastic pool off of Amazon?
No. So
Like one of those kiddie pools.
Exactly.
no, it's like she found people they buy a new pool and it's in great shape and they're like $500. You come and get it, take it apart like a real pool, out of ground pool with all the pump and everything. And so I guess now I have to go and so I'm gonna ask Mel V3OGN. Can you help me out, buddy? Because I'm getting the radio from you, and I'd like for you to come help me.
That's awesome. How's the amplifier thing going? Did you make a decision on that? I think
It's right there. I got the Ameritron AH811. So.
You didn't notice that there's something on his desk?
Yeah, his room looks
Other
so
than
clean.
dust.
It's hooked up to that 60 meter antenna.
Oh, I gotta say, yeah.
Now you're gonna summon Joseph.
Yeah, someone's going to say Beetlejuice.
You said 60 meters.
So can we to make him go away. And by the way, I wanted to say, Mike NAYO. I saw you were doing POTA, so I hit Mike up on FT4, and congratulations, Mike. You are my first FT4 contract. So thank you.
Oh, congrats.
Y'all are official now. Y'all are logbook official.
Ooh.
Yeah, you were my first, Mike. I'll never forget you, Mike.
And there's goes the creepy Canadian.
And Mike
There
just went,
goes.
and he just went QRT.
Yep, he's gone.
For those of you guys who were on Twitter today, I thought Rhea did a fantastic job of throwing out sayings of, what did you hear at field day? I like to go around the room here as well as maybe in the chat. Guys want to throw out, funny stuff that you've heard at field day. It's really, it brings back memories, and so. Okay, Shane, go ahead, go for it.
The very first field day that I went to, that when I got out of my car and was walking up towards the GOTA station, I heard someone yell, "Oh shit!" And so I don't think that was a good thing. So I just froze, and I was like, "All right, is something falling? Am I about to get squished? Am I about to die? Am I going to get struck by something? Am I about to be electrocuted?" So. Shouting "oh shit" at your at field day is probably not the best approach.
Oh no!
My thoughts exactly, Adam.
Daniel, what funny stuff have you heard in the years?
I got no experience in summer field day. I did winter field day last year at home, so this is my first
how about a winter
summer
field day? Well, how about a winter field day?
It was lonely in my basement, but I did it. So, but I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I'm just looking for the camaraderie, just getting together with people and having a great time. And we have a great group of hams here that we hang out with, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm looking forward to it. So,
Steve, how about you, Steve?
Well, I've done a couple of field days now with my club, both winter and summer field day. And we tend to put antennas in the trees using a little bit of pneumatic power. And when the wife walks out, one of the other guys' wives walks out and says, "I didn't think it would go that high."
There's a whole new meaning. That's what she said.
Oh yeah. Because one of the OMs jumped on that real quick, and I'm like, I was not expecting that out of him. But
there you go. There's a question. Do you guys can have a field day up there? Or is it?
Yeah, we are part of the ARL field day.
Yeah. All the paperwork says ARL/RAC, right?
I don't. It's just we do it here. So I don't know what the paperwork says.
You have to answer a mathematical question to participate.
Capture.
Well, listen, if all you guys can pass the math question, I think we can.
Dun dun dun.
Beer snack. Any funny stuff that you've heard over the years?
Funny stuff, not that I've noticed, and I've been to I've had one field day previously that I've been to, but nothing really hilarious. It's the only thing I watched was a guy popping on one of the masts and just watching it slowly. It's like that slow motion, like you're watching it happen and there's nothing you can do as you're watching the mast just come down. And it wasn't falling away from everything. No, it was falling towards the radios.
Oh no!
I just
radios at all costs.
You know what? I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna walk away from this for a bit.
So who's the one that laid down over the radios to protect them?
I don't know. I stopped watching.
There's always one guy
who will sacrifice himself for that icon.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Brett, how about you?
Hey man, how you?
Hey man, how you doing?
All right.
How you doing, Joe?
Good. Hey Billy, how you doing? I didn't say hi to you at the
how's
start
it going,
of the
Joe?
show. Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
As far as field day, I'm on call, probably working. Not going to get too involved with it, but we may try to play from the shack here.
Very good.
I was gonna say, just put a ham stick on the patrol car. It'll be all right.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
An antenna is an antenna. So,
there's one in there. So it's just
Scratch
an
a little
HF.
paint off. Get a 9-to-1, and
that's right. That's right.
I'm going to take that ACK and just drive real fast down the highway so it stays in the air.
One of those running parachutes at the back.
That's
of it.
right. If Carlos can do it
like
at
that, Mike.
15,000 feet, you could do it at 3 feet off the ground.
90? Yeah.
90. It's a different philosophy. You're going horizontal. He's going vertical. One year down at one of our favorite places that we had. It's one of the major state parks here in the state of Connecticut. But we were in this beautiful pavilion area. We got there early, set up, and the guy told us, he says, "Y'all better bring your DEET." And so I went to the store, and I got my regular, off the shelf, Skeeter spray. And let me tell you something, those things around, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and they didn't stop till probably about 2 in the morning. But those suckers were so big. So finally the next year we put some type of tarps, but they still come in. They still come in, and you just got to just douse yourself. And
don't eat bananas the day of or the day prior. Don't eat bananas and take lots of vitamin B.
Why was that?
Said DEET.
It keeps them away.
Well, they love if you eat bananas, they love you. If you take vitamin B, they hate you.
Oh, because
Adam, can you back me up on that?
That's true.
No kidding. Because what I do, and I do it for all my POTA, we started running fans, not only to circulate the air, but if you can screw up their avionics, so just run the fans and everything. So you like that?
Can you illustrate that again, please?
There's some there's a thing called a thermocell that works pretty darn good. They typically use like a propane canister and then heat up a repellent capsule thing, and you just set it on the table near you. And those things are pretty darn effective. They're good. Thermocell, I think, is what they're called.
Well, Adam, while we're over to you, any funny quotes that you've heard over the years?
So every field day I've done has been by myself, but I would say the funniest thing that I've heard was my own voice coming back on the downlink from a satellite, and I was like, that was the first time I had ever heard myself on the downlink. It was on PO 101, which has a 70 centimeter uplink and 2 meter downlink, and I could hear myself, and I was like, whoa, that's wild.
I went to space and back. I just round tripped it to space.
Yep.
Frank,
something tells me up at the deer lease there is probably we can write a book.
We need to get clearance from 2.0 over there to make sure classified information isn't told out.
There's what pops to mind first is Jason. No, don't like that. And now I got a burning tree video that almost took out the awnings we had.
So you're that guy.
Oh no!
And
That's a
then
lot
I
of
got
explaining.
Mike. I'm in my happy place, yeah, with the flamethrower. I don't know why all mine involve fire.
There's something is that
What's funny is you were probably the responsible adult in that situation, which is really a surprise.
I was behind the camera. I've done my fair share, but I'm not going to out myself. I usually like to, but not this time.
So next up is Jason, who's going to come and tell us his memorable moments with Hank Radio.
Right? Jason says what happens at the deer lease stays at the deer lease.
That's right.
Well, late breaking news.
Up on YouTube.
These are only the public things because those are my videos already.
With that many people at that deer lease with an iPhone or a camera shooting video nonstop, you have that many YouTubers in one gathering. How could nothing not make it onto the YouTube?
There's going to be 4.
Is there a 4
or 5 YouTubers?
That's 5 more cameras than I've got at my field day.
Dude, we literally, and people are talking. We're going to do this and this and this. So like, when we're going to be playing radios? Oh wait, I'll be cooking. I don't even need to worry about that.
One year we had a guy. So we were down at the beach area. One guy, he was showing off his radio. This is like the new ICOM 02 AT. One of those. With the thumb wheels. And the SOB dropped it in the water. He dropped it in salt water, and guess what happened? It did not. It went dead. So he comes back to the field day site. He's all mad. He looks at the cook. He says, "I need the big pot," because we had corn on the cob boiling. and he went down there and got some fresh water. He starts taking apart the HT, and he's literally soaking things just to get the salt water out. He's asking for rice. I was like, there's no rice at a field day. It's like, what are you gonna do? But I gotta tell you, that Sunday afternoon though, he let it in the sun, and sure enough, the audio was, the speaker was still a little messed up, but we were still able to make a 2-meter contact and so, but don't. Guys, if you're near water, just be careful. Be careful.
Don't drink.
Well, yeah, drink, but just don't put stuff in the water. Including yourself.
I think I haven't been to a field day, but I've been in dangerous industries and stuff like that. And one of the things when guys get together has a tendency to be just get it done no matter what the cost, and sometimes showing up. And that's the reality. Sometimes we're prideful and we show up and we want to just kind of outdo the others, or, be the superhero. And, that's always the last thing that goes through someone's mind before an accident a lot of times. And I would just say, no matter what, just take your time, assess the situation. If you got to climb a tower, don't be a fool. Do it right. And we've all made mistakes before where we just jump into a situation. And the reality is that while we have fun, some people have probably gotten hurt on field day. We've seen that video of the guys on the tower when it collapsed over. And it's supposed to be fun, not supposed to be a memory that's embedded in people's minds in a negative way. So let's just be safe. And I've really, honestly, Ria's tweet today, there were some comments on there that really just drives it home. And so, you know what? Yeah, we got to remember that we're having fun, but let's stay safe. So that's all.
I agree wholeheartedly. And I like to bring it back to Billy, man. What field day questions do you have? Are there any others that you want to ask?
Honestly, I'm just going to try to see if maybe I can show up to the local one. If they want me there or don't, that's fine. I'm just going to at least get in and see if I can watch and see what they're doing.
They'll probably welcome you with open arms. Any good club will. I at the Hearst Club that me and Jason attend, anytime that there's a new ham, like, oh, you're a new ham, you just got your license, let's show you around, and here's a radio, would you like to talk? We'll get the owner of the radio to sit behind you and show you how to operate it, show you all the knobs and the dials and how to tune up and down. And that was the biggest hurdle for me.
Hey, Billy, maybe as a backup plan, because I'm Mr. Emergency Planner, so I'm going to tell you, I always have a backup plan. Maybe have 2 or 3 places that you can go to. So if the first place you go to, if it's not what you want, just thank everybody and leave. Don't even look back and just keep going. But then get back to your vehicle and know that. So there's the ARRL field locator, but I'm sure between your local guys, in your county or whatever, how many, who's doing field day, and just like Tank said, find the place that you fit in, and you'll do good.
And the more welcoming, that means the more active that club is.
True. And if not, guess what? Come up to Connecticut. I'll be that 10.
Connecticut, Texas, man. We're bringing all the tubers down here.
Or you do like me, just walk up, act like you've been there for years. If they don't pay you attention, don't pay them no attention. Just pick up a radio. Just have fun.
Well, the thing is, with these guys, I showed up to one of their club meetings, and I started. They asked me a little bit about myself, and I told them that this is back when I first started my YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, I'm doing a little bit of stuff with little Baofeng radios and trying to work some satellites and stuff. And there's like 2 or 3 guys kind of scoffed at me, and I was like, okay, well, maybe this isn't the right environment. So it's just about finding it is the right place.
You're right. Or you could also make a demonstration video by filming your experience at their field day and say, hey, guys, this is what you shouldn't do at field day because these guys are jackwagons.
Right.
I wonder if there's anybody.
Maybe it's just us guys. I didn't really give a whole lot of other people a chance, but that was my first impression, which kind of sucks. But
absolutely.
Hey, it happens, but guess what? There's so many groups around. You'll find your niche somewhere in your local area. You will. Mm-hmm. And what if it's only one other guy? Guess what? There's nothing wrong with that, because I've had some great field days with 60, 70 people, as well as just 2 or 3 guys too. It's just as.
And if you don't find them locally, there's always us.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. You can hop into the Discord video chat. Somebody's going to be setting up something, and they're going to stream it in the video chat.
You guys sound like my parents after I broke up with my first girlfriend. There's always somebody else who's better for you, who will love you for who you are.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
There's plenty of hams out there, buddy. There's plenty of hams.
It's funny because at that point my channel was new, and now at this point in time, I know some of them have seen my videos at this point. I mean, so it's just kind of funny. Things come back around.
The chances they'll hate you more now that they've seen your videos because
I know one of them has looked up how to do something. And now they're watching my videos on how to figure something out.
That's their loss. That's
not against you
loss.
because I've never watched your videos. So I'm just saying most OMs are like,
No.
You have some homework to do, son.
I like to also push the amateur radio, or was it Ham Radio Ventures? They're a nationwide club. They accept everyone. Just pay the dues, and you're accepted. Yeah. And they do local meetups and meetups around, or anyone as a member can try to put together a group outing and go out and do something and use the club call sign. So that's to you, and also anyone out there. It's a great club.
I wonder if anybody in the comments is in the Kentucky area and knows of a club that's not too far from Billy. So that'd be interesting.
If Todd's in the Kentucky area. I haven't seen Todd tonight, but yeah, Todd's in the area.
Yeah. So yeah.
No.
Who was that?
Supper time.
That's the old lady.
Somebody's hungry.
That's the old lady.
Yep.
Hey, Adam, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I got to get rolling, finish up packing. So 7-3 guys.
Yeah, thanks for hopping in, Adam. We appreciate it. Have a good one. Enjoy your field day.
Hey guys, Jim from Ham Radio Adventures guy. He's in KY.
Oh, well, there
Kentucky?
you go.
Yep.
Okay.
What part of Kentucky? You don't give your address, but
part of that club.
What part of Kentucky, man?
It's Eastern Kentucky. I'm in Richmond, so it's about, I don't know if you know where UK is. It's about 20-30 minutes away.
Okay. Well, there you go, Ham Radio Adventure. So let us know if you're around that area.
Hey Billy, how far is Mammoth Cave from you?
Oh, it's a good 2 to 3 hours. It's on the other side of the state.
Yeah, because when I was in Kentucky, there was a group there, and they were very nice. Again, from a guy from the Northeast, they were awesome.
2 to 3 hours. That's just driving to the other side of the Metroplex for me.
Without traffic.
Without traffic.
It's in a whole nother time zone, so I lose an hour and then gain an hour lose an hour coming back.
Well, if like I said, 1 year, I did that. I decided our club wasn't doing anything, and I hit 6 different clubs between Saturday and Sunday around the state of Connecticut, which is again, Connecticut's for the rest of y'all, it's probably the size of a county, but it was fun to see how other guys do it, and there were some similarities. And there were some differences, but it was really a fun weekend for me just to do something different. So again, step out of the box. Don't be afraid to do something different. That's what field day is all about. You choose what you want to do. You want to do.
I'll get out there. And
go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go.
I'm gonna go on the AARL website and see what kind of clubs are around and see if I can't get wrapped up. If not, the guys that are local, at least somebody that's around, because I have a free weekend and I might as well go at least watch and see how it's done. And next year, I don't want to participate this year. I just kind of want to watch and observe and see how it's done. And that way next year I can come back and be ready and have some equipment and all that fun stuff.
There's always winter field day now. That's not an ARRL thing, but it's still a nice, great outing event.
Mm-hmm.
To participate.
There's also Parks on the Air Plaque Weekend in July.
That's right, 17th and 18th, right, Shane?
Yeah.
That's right. We're all going to be out there playing POTA.
Billy, are you going to the Huntsville Ham Fest? Or should I say the YouTubers Ham Fest 2.0?
I'm going to try to be down there.
I like it.
I'm going to try to be down there.
Hey, guys.
I'm not quite for sure yet.
Excuse me 1 second. Gary has a great comment there on the on there about the Bluegrass Amateur Radio Society in Lexington.
Oh yeah.
Then in
Well,
Lawrenceburg.
there you go.
Well, that's only like 25 minutes away, so I could definitely go check them out. I don't
There you
know
go.
about Anderson County, but
Here,
they
Billy,
say
do
that
you pen?
Lexington and Anderson. Okay,
Write it down.
Right down,
write it down.
right down here.
Here's the
It's in, this will be uploaded to YouTube. You can just pause the video.
Team replay.
There you go.
Hey, so we got Ham Radio our Ham Radio 2.0, sorry, is saying John Kruk from Yesu will be on his live stream tomorrow at lunchtime. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah,
If
you
you
guys be
haven't-
sure to check
if you-
that out.
If you didn't check out, I think it was last week, he had the guys from Flex Radio. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, go back and watch that video. That was a really cool video. I'm a nerd for anything SDR, and that Flex Radio looks awesome. One of these days,
What do you
when I
think
get
that's
a-
going to cost me?
an actual shack. You
What
could
do
have
you-
bought
what do
one off of Johnny for pretty cheap, but because
No,
Johnny
no,
just
no.
sold his 6400 and his Stream Deck.
Lately, it seems the radios are the cheapest part. It's the balancing the scales with my wife. What do you think she's going to want for Flex Radio? Like really,
A kitchen remodel.
I can do that.
A lot of
I can do
pocketbooks.
that.
The pool should cover that.
Yeah, well,
at
I don't know.
first because the pool's like $500, so they don't like to take it down and reset it up. At first, I thought I was getting away with something, and then now I think that she's laughing and she's like, "Haha, I got the upper hand." So I don't know.
Let her
Wait till she
think
starts
that. Let
watching
her
the
think.
YouTube stream. Mr. Beer Snacks,
yes.
what can I do? You have
Couple
a
things.
question, comment?
No, couple things going in the chat. All right, I've pinned the field day locator. Tank was nice enough to drop that into the chat.
Thank you, Tank.
That
I'm
is
doing my
pinned- that is
co-host
pinned-
job here.
That is pinned at the top. He also promoted his channel. Click his link after we're all done, so you can go watch his stuff at some point.
Tank's got an awesome
In
channel.
replay.
He's so
Tank,
close
he
to.
does.
What are you up to now? About 900 subs, 1,000 subs?
Yeah, 960. I'll tell you in a second. Treading some water.
9,999.
Oh man, I wish 9,000.
963.
Look at that.
963.
We got
There
you.
it is.
So
Very
let's
cool.
do 45 just to push it over with it. Come on, guys. Check them out.
It looks like the baseline, according to Jason, it says the baseline radio is $19.99 for the Flex Radio. Free tape, get him to 1,000.
Yes,
Mhm.
free tank. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is that we have spots, 2 people. We have 2 spots that we can bring in. I'll be posting the link to StreamYard. All right, come on in. If you don't get in on the first go around, we'll bring you in on the second go around. Everybody, if you'd like to come in and share a field day experience, share a field day or what you're doing for field day, come on in.
Your favorite
We're
truck
over,
stop?
yeah, we're over the hour mark, and we don't set limits in this channel. So if we're going to go as long as we've got people here hanging out with us and talking ham radio. So if you have to go, we understand it. But for those of you that want to hang out with us, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to shut it down. So come on.
I still got
Are we
plenty of
doing-
cigars.
Are we doing rapid fire?
No, we're doing
Yes.
shameless plugs because Shane says that he gets 5 more subscribers. He's 5 away from 5 more subscribers.
Scout, I love that.
I think
love
I'm at I think I'm at 733 on my channel, and I would love to hit 1,000 by my birthday in October. So if I can get
that's
1,000 by
doable.
October,
Come on, guys. Give him
that
a
would be
birthday
phenomenal.
I can create 5 new email addresses every 6 minutes. Let's
But
do
I
the
want
math.
I want them to watch the content. I need the watch hours too.
Yeah, no, that's also the one that is hard to.
Supposedly,
And I haven't announced it yet on my channel, but for those that are on this channel, I'm going to do a giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Some of you know what it is, but I'm not going to tell what it is yet. But when I get probably around 800, 850, I'm going to make an announcement video. But I've got a video. I've got something I want to give away that I think everyone would like to have.
Another
And I'll
coffee
leave it
mug?
at that.
That 7,300.
The one that I'm not going to give away my
Or the one that
7,300 with a dent on it.
The one
Oh,
that
come
bounced.
on. It's not a dent. It's a beauty mark.
It's a battle scar.
Battle
Yeah.
scar. That's
And,
what-
and,
yeah.
and I'm going to say this publicly, Steve. Thank you so much for 3D printing that bracket that goes around that. Awesome. I just got it. Stickers look awesome, and I'll get that put in.
So speaking of shameless plugs, real quick, all right?
Yeah.
There was also a podcast link that was dropped in by Bro Jet for 8060M Hamdom Thoughts.
Oh,
yes.
It is an amazing podcast to go ahead and listen.
New episode dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you want to learn
Wednesday.
a little bit about most of the people that are on the stream here, go check out his podcast. I did an episode. Daniel's done one. Joe Brett's done one. Awesome. Don's done one.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Beer
Such
Snap,
such a great guy to hang out with, and the fact that he records
I
it.
haven't done one yet.
Oh
He'll get there.
I-
He'll get there.
I
no,
don't
we
know.
want. No, yes. Dennis. Welcome, Dennis.
We've been asking
We're
for
in trouble.
Dennis to come hang out with us in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Here
All
comes
right, there we
trouble.
go.
He always says his wife has things to do.
There's Jason.
I gave him the link. And I said, "Join us if you want." He knows.
I
he's
was
always
on.
welcome.
I was on Hamden Thoughts.
That's
Oh,
right.
Yes, he
There you
was.
go.
All right, see.
Chuck was
he
on
does-
Hamden Thoughts.
He does. Tom was on there, and Charlie were on there. Yeah, he does
Yep.
a great job. He really does.
The dude was on there. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, Sean was on there too.
Dude's everywhere. You can't get away from the dude.
Adam was on there. That's right. Yeah.
So I like to bring it back to a question for Jason. What is your most memorable field day quote?
Shit, it's on fire.
You know, I didn't actually say that. I was listening when Frank said that.
But Jason, we did give him. We did get the logs uploaded. That's an accomplishment, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You've accomplished more than I've been able to.
Well, we hear that with
That's
Dr.
that's
Phil. I
great.
think the Dr. Phil scared him.
I don't know. I don't really know what a good quote would be.
You got a story
no.
for us? You got a story for us?
Well, the last time we were at this wasn't field. Was that field day when we did that? Was that field day when we did the soda video, Frank?
No, that was just a trip that
That was
we
for
did.
the
No, there was-
April Fools.
Yeah, it was
Right,
the
right,
April
right,
Fools.
right,
But
yes,
we
but we
it was a
recorded
trip. It wasn't a field day thing. We talked about and planned it out on Winter Field Day, but it was
there was
another
more.
trip.
There were several other people out there for some kind of ham radio event that weekend. It wasn't just you
Yeah.
and me. Maybe that was
Took on
one
a
of
grass blade.
the contest weekends. I don't know.
Yep.
No, I don't know. There's been a lot of okay.
There you go. See, we got him. We got him now.
Yeah, we found it.
He's trying to figure out if he wants to tell it or not.
He's trying to keep it clean. He's
It's
trying
not,
to
it's
polish
not
it
a
up.
quote. It's not a quote. It's something that happened. So
Go ahead,
I set up a DX commander with K at MRD at Winterfield Day.
That is this feat within itself.
I was gonna say, right? I mean, come on, yeah.
And operated on it. And
Oh
watched
yeah,
it blow
yeah.
over.
That was our nighttime antenna. That was our nighttime antenna. In fact, it's probably going to be our nighttime antenna this weekend. But he's bringing his classic and his expedition. So I've got some cool stuff planned with DX Commander antennas this weekend. So
Welcome temporary offline.
y'all are
Nice.
going to have to stay tuned. What's up, Steve?
Hey,
I don't think we've ever had a full house like this before.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys don't have more people watching you. This is a great show.
All
Well,
12
I
of us are
mean,
here watching the
That's
show.
Well,
I'm trying to be humble about it.
From all
Well,
of our 9 accounts.
as I've said many times in the past, don't invite Frank next time and just compare numbers. Because I'm not saying that it'll be a lot higher next time, but if you have 120 watching, that there might be a reason behind it.
But Frank adds three. Frank adds
Carlos
3 dB
Payton
to the
helps
broadcast.
make it.
Frank adds 3. That's a T-shirt. Frank adds 3 dB.
He does. That's a T-shirt.
And for those of you that are trying to join, we see that you're trying to join, but we have reached the maximum. So hang with us for a few minutes. And when someone drops off, we'll get you in.
Right.
Kick out
So,
Frank.
T.O., tell us about something funny for field day up there in Wisconsin.
Field day up here is really interesting. We all just sit around, we plug in our radios, we get our antennas set up, everything's ready to roll. The bands are in our ears and we're playing around, and then field day time rolls and we don't turn our mics on, and we just talk for like 9 or 10 hours.
You're supposed to
somebody
make
calls your call sign.
contact.
Exactly. I think last field day I made a contact with Kyle while he was live streaming, and I made a contact with Digital Analog Ham over DMR, and that was it. 2 contacts.
But you guys still had fun though.
Wow.
Oh, we had a blast. It's what we do all the time.
That's what it's all about.
That's what we had a Zoom meeting about our weekend. There's like 7 or 8 of us that are going to be there. We had a Zoom meeting, and KMRD said it best. He's like, dude, I'm just coming out here to hang out and drink beer. And I'm like, yes, that's field day right there. We're just coming to hang out and drink beer. That's it.
Radios are just the excuse we tell our wives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes.
Why are you bringing the sleeping bag, honey?
In case Dan wants to snuggle.
In case it gets cold.
In case I drank too much.
So Steve, this is probably true for you. I was on W5KUB stream like 2 years ago, and they were talking about how field day was so easy and pleasant, and winter field day was such a better test of your equipment because they were like subarctic temperatures. Field day's like, 50, 60 degrees. And I'm like, let me tell you something about field day in Texas, boys.
Son.
Let me tell you something about winter field day.
I was watching you the other day, Steve, T.O., and I was like, and you were like, it's getting cold in the garage. It's 55. I'm like, what the hell, man?
It was 47 degrees this morning.
What is wrong with you? Seriously.
It was 47 degrees this morning.
Jason, you guys had one.
It's 147 here.
Then winter field day this year, it was below freezing. We had another Jason DX,
and we hadn't had power for 3 days.
That's right. No, that was about a month later. That was like the following. That was like 2 weeks later. But
you guys have one ice storm, and you're like, we got this. We're professionals at the cold weather.
We have an ice storm every year. At least one. It doesn't usually shut down the whole damn state for 3 days. So
right.
But yeah.
I've got my own rant on that, but I'll keep that off the stream.
Right. Yeah, so like, I bought rainbow salt. I'm ready.
Seriously, anybody who has All-Star, connect up to the All-Star node, and we'll use it as a spotter network. We're like, hey, where are you guys right now? Let's work you. Let's get on 20 meters or whatever. And we're calling CQ over here. So we'll have the All-Star node running and monitoring this weekend.
Is self-spotting not against the rules for field day? The rules for the contest?
It's not a contest.
It's not a contest.
I'm here to drink beer.
Right.
That's why I love beer snack.
Yeah. I have all my spotter programs set up for DX, and DX, it counts, but that's not really the primary objective for field day. So I don't even use it for field day. That's me. I don't know the answer to that question, Steve. That's a good question.
Well, thank you, Tank. I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah. Steve, great co-host.
I'm gonna jump off here and let somebody else in and get a shower.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Billy. Thanks for joining us tonight. You're welcome.
Billy, you're always
anytime.
Welcome.
Anytime you have a Tuesday night off, this is where we'll be 7 p.m.
Tuesday
Central
nights.
Time. Jump on in.
That's what that's.
All right, I appreciate
There's no
everybody.
telling what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Welcome, brother.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Nice meeting everybody
Billy.
that I haven't met yet. And
Good
you all
meet
have
you,
a good
Billy.
rest of your stream.
Thanks.
All right.
Good night.
Take care, Billy.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Gasoline.
Spilt a little of that today.
Gasoline?
Well, we have
spilled a
one
lot of
spot,
it.
guys.
Next
So
year,
one more spot.
next year that kid's gonna come in with a radio and a battery. We have him. We're a good influence. He's gonna have. He's hooked. He's gonna be on Amazon. He's gonna be buying some stuff in gigaparts. And
Gonna be. He's already done it.
He's actually, if you've ever watched his videos, he's actually quite knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
He does a good job on the stuff he doesn't talk about everything, but the stuff he talks about is actually quite entertaining.
Absolutely.
So sub his channel, guys.
Welcome, Shane. Shane Team 6 in the house.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yeah.
What's up, neighbor?
Oh, wait a minute.
What is up, Scott?
Did you have your mic
Neighbor.
muted when you was rocking your chair?
Did you put some WD-40 on that?
Yeah, I didn't hear it
Now,
squeak.
why?
This is how big the fish was.
No, I learned my lesson.
No, I want that feedback. I want
Oh, you want it? Jeez.
Yes.
It brings
how we know
character
you're
to
here.
the stream.
That's right. That's how we know you're here. You're still alive.
This is my secret knock. The little squeak, squeak.
Mama's got a squeeze box.
Oh, we'll just leave that one alone.
That's probably a good idea.
Only the old guys got that song.
Don't let this hairline fool you. I'm not that old.
That's what I keep telling myself every day when I look in the mirror.
Right.
No, I saw you panting on your last soda video, so I know how old you are.
Go ahead.
Oh, did I ever get some grief on that one? I posted that video on a Facebook site, and all I got was, "You call that a mountain? That's not a mountain. This is a mountain. That's 10 points." I'm like, dudes, I'm in Wisconsin. We're flatland. I know it's not a real mountain. I didn't name the thing. I didn't give the points value. I'm just out having fun. Lighten the hell up.
just out here to make contacts, man.
I know.
Crying
Some
about?
people are just,
I'm in the land of cheese, please.
exactly.
Frank and I climbed up the Texas mountain. All we did was smoke cigars. We didn't even bring it. We were like, hey, we got up there. We're like, we didn't even bring a radio.
Bring the sweat.
But the thing
How many
I can't get is
activations did you do?
it's a land
That's my
mass.
response.
Right.
It's a land mass. You didn't build it. You just choose to live by it. Why are you bragging? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So
All right,
what's
I'm
your
off my
field day
soapbox.
plans there, Scott?
My field day plans is I'm crashing a party across the river over in Minnesota. There's a I was hoping Billy would still be on when I got on because he seemed a little disgruntled about his local clubs. And I just want to tell everybody that don't be first off, don't judge a club by your first impression because it could be a bad night. Somebody's cranky or whatever. So give them 2 or 3 visits.
You could have just got off 80 meters.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good idea too.
They came back from the doctors and they went on 80 meters.
They haven't been able to get on 80 meters yet to cry about their doctor.
Yeah. You know,
right.
Well,
Let it open
the gout
can of
is a real
worms.
issue, but that's another discussion. But
You know,
Yeah.
we make fun of those guys, but all of us are going to be there one day.
oh yeah, some of us
80
sooner
meters
than
of
Some of
others.
us sooner than others. Hey, Izzo.
But give the local club a try, but then don't give up. Go like me. I found a group that's like an hour away from me in Minnesota. I stumbled upon their weekly net. They're fun people. They're awesome. I show up at one of their meetings and they just kind of like stopped. They're like, "Whoa, a new guy. Sit down. Tell us about yourself." So I'm going to crash their party this year.
Is that the 2585, Shane?
Yeah, the guys over in Sandy County. Yep.
Excellent.
He's wrong way. He's kind of my neighbor, so
Is Hayden going to be at your field day? I hear he's your neighbor too.
Everybody's neighbor.
that's what I found out on the old yeah. All right. But yeah, that's my plan. I'm just going to go over, hang out, meet some people, put some names to the call signs I hear on the repeater, and just hang out and have fun.
Sounds like a plan to me. Do you have a classic quote you want to share with us?
Do you know when a joke becomes a dad joke?
We
When
tell a lot of
Don
those.
tells it.
Oh,
It becomes apparent.
Speaking of dad jokes, beer snack. I got one for you. Heard
All
it
right, let's
today.
go.
What is the difference between a joke and a rhetorical question?
I don't think I want to know.
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah.
No, that was it. You guys missed it.
That was it.
Beer snack got it. All right, fine. One more. What? Okay, there are 2 types of people in this world: those that need closure. And
Right. Yeah. The way I heard that is, how do you keep an idiot in suspense?
That's right.
Oh,
Hey,
Now,
like
now he's going to one back in. I'm not going to push a button.
I like there's two secrets to life. One is never give up all your secrets. And the other one is
Well,
Yep.
I was going to ask him a question too.
That's perfect. I love it.
He's still there. He doesn't know how to hang up.
I left, but yeah, I didn't take myself out. I just hung.
Yep, you're right. I don't know how to leave.
How much have you had to drink, Shane?
That was good, Tio. I like that one.
Not enough.
Just about enough. One more and I'll be done.
Kyle's here. Here we go. Kyle's
Thanks
here.
thanks for hanging out with us, Theo. We appreciate that. Way to drop the mic there, buddy.
Yeah. What? Where's Kyle?
Kyle's in the chat.
Oh, he's in the chat.
Oh, he's in the chat. Okay.
I'll send him a link.
Yeah.
I got him over here.
Well, I'll take off too to let some room for more people. Thanks for having me in. Have a good one.
Thanks,
everyone.
Shane. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, bud.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Scout.
Good to
See
see
you,
you.
buddy. We have 2 spots open. So if anyone would like to join in on one of those 2 spots, come on in.
Oh, Jason, there's a tech joke out there. There are 10 types of people in this world: those that understand binary and those that don't.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yep.
My dog requires outside attention. I will be right back.
Hang on, Tank. I got what's that? Pancakes?
Yes, what I was saying. Pancakes.
You're going full screen here. Hold on.
Stack Overflow.
Oh, no, I like that shirt. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Don likes the pancakes, but we get the joke.
Well, I'll just say I had to fix a bug in some credit card software that randomly charged someone $1 million once a month. And it was a Stack
And they
Overflow.
didn't know. How many months did it take for them to notice?
Oh, they knew it. It was hard to track that one down.
Thankfully, I probably don't have. That's probably not going to happen to me because I don't think my credit card would handle $1 million charge. So
Who's got that credit?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. My bank
Mine
account
was bounced
or
so
my credit card. I was like, yeah, go ahead and
I'll
try it.
say it was not my code. In the end, it was not my code.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
My code is awesome, man. What are you talking about? I don't
Sounds
have
like an Office Space kind of moment.
I don't have to debug it. I just hit release and go.
You can't even spell. How is that possible?
You don't need to spell to be a programmer. As long as you misspell this word the same way every time, you probably don't care.
So you copy paste a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, a little bit, but that gets you into trouble.
Misspell the variable once, and the IDE will carry it over.
And people get charged $1 million.
That's how it happens. See?
It only takes one charge to go through, and I'm happy.
So it's a direct deposit into your bank account. Got it.
Yeah, right.
Has anybody chased a waitress? Like, has anybody worked in a restaurant or been at a restaurant and have a waitress chase you?
No.
Have you ever had that?
Because you should
Because
leave
you didn't leave
Daniel.
a tip?
It's usually the other way. It's usually the other way with me before I got married. But
Yeah.
at 3 a.m. at the Waffle House, or
no, I didn't get chased, but one of my brother's waitresses chased a customer the other day. A customer who orders every day and chased them down for a tip. It was like, did you make a mistake on this? And I was like, I can't believe that. Like,
Wow.
I would be like, fired.
Yeah, right.
you know,
That's
so
crazy.
I have actually seen, I've seen, and I've actually been with some cheap, and I don't like it. It's very, very embarrassing. And to me, there's no excuse for that. You need to, these people work hard, and especially if they're taking care of you.
Speaking of cheap tips, hey, Kyle.
Oh man, you're fighting words tonight.
Where's he going?
He didn't want to come in. I don't blame him. He said, I'm not going to eat in this restaurant.
Oh God, that's ugly.
Oh man, we're gonna sleep on that one.
You can call this mug ugly? Come on.
Kyle has been transplanted to London, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say hanging out with the DX Commander.
Well, no, I'm on the moon.
Oh, you're
There
on
it
the
is.
moon. There you go.
There you are.
And folks, for any negative comments, for Clubhouse, Daniel's email is good on cures. Just send him all the. He is the
They go in the
complaint
same
department.
inbox as all church emails, so don't worry about it. I will. One day read them.
There it is.
That doesn't look like an airplane to me, Carlos.
Yeah, where are you? 15,000 feet?
I'm cheating tonight. I'm cheating. You know,
He's working on his popcorn ceiling.
Right. Orange peel. Don't get it wrong, pal. Orange peel.
Oh, man.
Oh.
So,
field
guys,
day
tell
stories,
us-
guys.
There I was. Never in a field day.
Never done a field day.
There's not many fields that high in there.
Well, I mean, Indiana has lots of fields, but I got my ticket. I got my ticket at the end of 19, and guess what happened in 2020? The human malware virus.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Are you going this year?
No, it's summer. I have skydiving to do, guys. I have my priorities straight.
Do field day from the air.
Yeah, Rover.
How am I the only one that's figured this out yet? Come on, man.
It's a Rover.
No. There's something in the Toads Discord. I read it earlier today.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Yeah.
Hang on.
And Kyle, what about you, man?
Yeah, Kyle. What kind of plans you got?
So I'm going to hit a couple of club field days around town. I don't have to go to I'm going to go to my club's field day, but I don't have to be in charge of it. I'm not an officer anymore, so I'm going to sit back and relax this field day. Like I said, hit some around town, and then I think I'm going to come home here and fire up the remote and stream a bit, maybe at night, hit some 40 and 80 meters, and
Nice.
we'll see how long I last these old bones to
Look forward to working you again.
yeah, and we'll see what goes on. But yeah, that's my plans. I'm going to keep it low key this year, low key.
So no CW.
Well, we're going to do some CW, yeah, but we're going to.
You said low key.
High key.
Oh, low key. Oh, I got
Dun,
I'm
dun,
not even
dun.
a dad to have dad jokes. Hey,
I did that a couple years ago, Kyle. I drove around Texas and visited some of the bigger clubs that scored high points the last 2-3 years. It was fun. It was fun to do. So I think you'll have a good time with that.
Yeah, I always like going in and acting like I don't know what's going on, and I see how well they greet me. And, do you know anything about Ham Radio? I'm like, I know a little. And they're just like, oh, we got this GOTA station. I'm just like, where's the amplifier? And they're like, oh, you want to go to the amplifier?
I have a question. This is a serious question. So you have a field day, multiple operators, you have band pass filters. Is there like another type of pass filter that is more like the inverse of a notch filter, where you can even bring it down further and like sweep that around?
No. I mean, I'm sure someone is probably going to put it in the chat and say, yep, someone makes it, but there is not typically filters that get down to where you're just filtering like CW or SSB.
See, I've always thought that would be a cool thing of course, you can build your own bandpass filters.
Right.
I've always thought that would be a cool thing to do, like the high end and the low end of 20 or 40, so that one guy could work FT8 or CW and the other guy could work sideband. Right. I've never seen anything like that.
Well, Jason, there's a solution to that.
They're in the Molson pass filter.
Yeah,
Jason, there's a solution to that. It's called get a Flex or get a Elecraft.
Well, yes, yeah. So that's not filtering. That's not bandpass filtering. So it's a little bit different. But I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong. Yeah. Or just move your antennas farther apart.
Right.
Right. So. Yeah, but I mean, generally speaking, the guys running CW are bleeding all over the band if you're trying to run on the same band as them.
Yeah, if there's somebody that's high in the band at 77060 and someone's trying to do FT8, forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but notch filter is cool. Yes. The notch filter on the Flex is outstanding. The notch filter on the FTX10 is pretty darn good. It has a notch filter and gosh, I forget the term now.
I think that the receivers today are getting pretty good.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's what you guys ought to get. Doug in for H&H on one of your streams. That dude is a wealth of knowledge. He's always he's like most of your radios made today are great, just people don't know how to properly set them up and tune them.
Don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah,
I learned a ton from Smoking Abe on the. Yeah, I learned a ton from Smoking Abe as far as notch filtering and stuff like that on a couple of his videos.
Yeah,
except for the auto notch.
He's got a couple.
I learned the auto notch from Joe. So
that's right.
He's responsible for the auto notch on the 7300.
That was a little jab at the Smoking Ape. He said we're going to talk about that at Huntsville. So.
There we go.
Is Ape going to Huntsville?
I'm not allowed to say.
I've been told that he is.
Ooh.
So I'm really curious to see what his name tag is going to say.
We can't confirm it because no one knows who to look for on the roster.
You think Ape is just going to come out of the woods?
I was serious. I was serious when I was serious when I said, if you guys want to text me, I'll tell you his real name because I actually have it. I've mailed him some stuff. So. I'm not going to tell you his real name.
Spoil the mystery.
I'll make him sweat for a minute and think that I'm going to tell you his real name. But I went and looked up his call sign in my log. I worked him on FT8 like a year and a half ago. So I'm like, okay. So you actually do get on the air sometimes. But no, he's a good sport.
But how did you know it was his call sign? He never tells anyone.
Because I have his name and mailing address, and I QRZ'd his ass. This is why.
Oh, that's right. Jason is a Zed stalker. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Send that email to the guy that was a jerk on there that was tuning up on you.
Right. Yeah.
Reverse engineering.
So Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle, Wayne Johnson suggests a roofing filter. Could you explain that for me? How that would be beneficial on that?
A roofing filter is so Elecraft uses the term roofing filter. There's other manufacturers roofing filters.
Yaesu does too.
Yeah. So a roofing filter, I really don't use roofing filters on a Flex, but that is bringing your bandwidth up and down. So you've got a filter on each side, right? So if you want to work some DX, right, you bring your bandwidth down to about like 2.4 to 2.5 kilohertz, right? So it's more punch in there, and you use a roofing filter on each side of that to bring all that signal down and kind of, I'm going to say squish it, but it's not really squishing. You're tunneling through, so it has more punch. As it runs through the air, if that's anything related to how you think.
So what is it? It's almost like putting like more stiff walls on like a notch, or a reverse notch filter.
Well, there's different ways that a roofing filter can filter. I know of notch filters on the Flex that literally it can notch out a birdie. Right.
Yeah.
So if you got a birdie and you're trying to work FT8 and it's kind of all over the place, you can notch that little part of spectrum out. So therefore your receiver doesn't hear it.
Okay. The filtering 3 does that too.
So the roofing filter would be the inverse of a notching filter. So essentially just only seeing a certain sliver that you want to see as opposed to cutting out a sliver that you don't want to see.
Well,
that's what the Yaesu calls a contour filter.
Yeah, people call it different things.
Yeah, it's called different things. I tell you what, the filtering on the Flex is like second to none. The filtering on the Flex is freaking outstanding. But that Yaesu has a pretty darn good filter as well. So the difference is that some of them are software and some of them are hardware filters. But it's
the nice thing about the filters on the Flex, the filters on the Elecraft are great. The filters I think on the brand new Yaesus are great. I mean, I think the 891's probably got a good DSP filter. The thing that Flex talks about on their notching filters is if you put it on a birdie, it sits on that birdie, right? And anywhere you go in the band, it doesn't track with your VFO. A lot of these manufacturers, if you put a notching filter that's 2 kilohertz beside your VFO, you turn your VFO, it's going to move with your VFO.
Yeah, that's what I like about the auto notch is it's almost hands free because as soon as you have a signal that gets within a certain slice of where your VFO's at, it notches it out. And there's a couple of videos that you can hear one of the clowns trying to tune up on me, and the notch filter just goes, nope, not gonna have it. Nope, try again. Nope. Yeah. Love it.
Okay, so KO4AFL in the chat says every time these two say flex, we take a shot. So flex is like Texas. You guys are all just jealous. And you have to go ahead and take shots. Go ahead.
I'm okay with that.
Flex, Texas,
flex.
Best state, best radio.
Flex
from Texas. Flex is from Texas. They're 3 hours south of me, so drink 2 shots right there.
I'm okay with this analogy now.
I'm okay with that. John N5SKT in the chat says that I'm right also, and that guy knows everything. So
yeah, he's a smart guy. I hear you.
So Jason, what I'm hearing you say is that I should buy a Flex radio.
I did not mute you, Carlos. Someone did it. It was not me. But yes, I would absolutely love to see you with a Flex radio strapped to your leg and a Maestro on your helmet with like a GoPro mount and a Maestro
heads up display.
Yeah, you're like Mandalorian it with the heads up display and the Maestro down here, and you're like, I would love to see that.
Way too heavy, way too expensive.
Right? Just get a bigger parachute so you fall slower with the extra weight. It's all about weight.
Use a tandem filter.
Use a tandem harness.
Tandem filter.
Oh my pardon my couple of drinks.
Oh my god.
So, Jason, you said you're having John Crook on tomorrow. What time is lunchtime?
Yes.
What time is lunch tomorrow?
Noon Texas time, which we're currently UTC -5.
1 o'clock Eastern, folks.
1 o'clock Eastern. Yes, correct.
10 o'clock in the Pacific.
He and I had traded some emails prior to the YouTubers Ham Fest, and he doesn't reply to email really quickly. So by the time he replied to me, and he's such a busy guy, he's a really nice dude. By the time he replied to me, he says, "Oh, I'm going to be on Chuck's stream for the YouTubers Ham Fest. Do you want to do a double up something?" I'm like, no, that's fine. If you're on Chuck's stream, that's good. Let's get you on my lunchtime stream sometime after that. And he's like, "Okay, cool." So this was just kind of the date that we found that worked for both of us. So
nice.
And it worked out.
Shared that in the chat.
Thank you, Tank.
Oh yeah, thanks, Frank.
Good, perfect.
So so it works out well because in reality, I am going to be using my FTDX10 for my primary radio this field day, this weekend.
Okay.
So really looking forward to that. That's just, I'm really impressed with that radio. It's very, very.
I was just going to ask you because when you brought it up to Connecticut, from a guy who's not a Yaesu guy, that impressed me. It was.
Yeah, I'm not a Yaesu guy either, but I've always liked their HF radios. Okay. They're the 891. I always liked it. I like the 891. The 857 was okay. I thought the screen was too small, but the performance of it was fine.
Are you using it more than the 7300 in the field, or is it kind of equal?
Not yet, but I'm switching.
You are.
So I'm going to take my 7300 and actually put it in a Go kit like Josh did. I got it. Josh did that Go box video, and I'm sitting here watching him, and I'm like, I've had a Go box in my garage for like a year and a half, and now Josh is doing it. I was like, well, I guess I have to get my button gear and actually do my Go box video.
Once you have a Go like that, you don't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
Who is
it you, Don?
You got an echo there, Don.
I don't hear an echo.
There was
Don.
an echo.
It can't be. I don't have nothing on.
Okay. Now you're good. It was somebody else.
I don't hear an echo.
Carlos.
Anyway. Thanks, Carlos.
Carlos has been muted.
But I think for my POTA rig, I'm probably going to switch from the 7300 to the Yaesu. Now, let me make something very clear. I love ICOM, and the 7300 is a fantastic. I hesitate to use the word entry rate. I said this on my video I did when I compared the 7300 to the FTDX10. I hesitate to use the word entry radio because the 7300 is so much more than an entry level radio. But it is $1,000 radio as compared to the FTDX10, which is a $1,700 radio. So I certainly hope I get more radio and more options by spending $1,700 than I do by spending 1,000.
Fair statement. You're absolutely right. It's a fair statement.
And the 7300 is also about 5 years older than the FTD X10. So either radio is an excellent option. There's nothing wrong with the Yaesu. There's nothing wrong with the 7300 and the ICOM. ICOM doesn't have a radio in that price range. The next thing up from the 7300 is the 7610, and it's about $3,000.
Yeah.
So they don't have something in the $1,500 to $2,000 range right now.
So
I'll call the 7300 an entry level radio all day long. That was my entry level radio to HF.
It's an entry level price tag. It's an entry level price tag, but I think it's very feature rich for an entry level radio.
Oh, yeah. It's a very, very feature rich. I mean,
someone relatively wet behind the ears, and when it comes to HF and whatnot, is there so much difference in 5 years of tech and radio? Because
well, think about it. If you bought a computer 5 years ago, or a computer today, or a smartphone, think about a 5-year-old iPhone as compared to the current iPhone.
But these things are not computers, really, right? They're radios, right?
SDR. It's getting closer. It's not. You're right.
7300 is a computer.
You're right. It's not a computer, but as SDR progresses, it gets to be more in that realm. So I think if the 7300 and the FTD X10 were have to come out at the same time at the price point they're each at today, they would probably be about the same as they are, even with a 5-year gap.
Carlos, my first POTA and my first Go box had the 706 Mark II G.
Mine too.
And then I took the inside rig 7300. I brought it out, set it on the tailgate, and the receiver difference. Now, I will not give up that 706 Mark II G. There's something about it I cannot. But there is a difference to my ears.
Unless you send it to
I was going to say, I'll pick up your 706 Mark II from you. I need a backup radio.
That's a good 706 Mark II G is a good rig.
Unless you want to parachute down in my backyard.
Listen, I think
there is a difference. There is a difference on HF. There is a huge, but listen, if that 7300 fell off my tailgate like a friend of mine or whatever, or just blew up and I had to go back to a 706 temporarily, no problem. I'm still on the air.
I think like Carlos has a good point, because like at the end of the day, it comes down to what you're looking for out of your experience for a radio too, right? Like, so for instance, like just like computers, some people aren't running heavy software where they need to have some crazy thing. And so it's the same thing with a radio. You'll make the contact, maybe not as efficient, maybe not as nice, not as clear. And I think to some degree, part of it is as you advance and you're trying to learn. Like me, I'm buying used, I'm moving my way up, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
Like I said, I could buy the FTD X10. I don't care. But me, I'm enjoying the process of learning. And I'm sure at one point I'll come to the stage where it's like I don't want to go back because I've experienced something. Right. But and so that to a degree, that's the operator and what they expect out of it. And honestly, I don't think that if I was to buy a crazy expensive rig today, I would even know the value of what I was purchasing. You know what I mean? Because my experience was so low. And that's where I think when we see entry level rigs, I think it's amazing because you get some of those features, and the reality is a lot of people don't know what they're getting out of the 7300.
Right. And that's
excellent point.
I agree, Daniel. And Carlos, you said entry level rig. And to me, when I hear that term, what I think is someone who is actually entry level, just got their ham license, just got their upgrade general, whatever, is not going to know the difference. But I've been listening to radio for 26 years. I can tell a huge difference between the 7300 and FTX10. Can everyone else? Probably. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not in the beginning.
The first time I ever heard DMR, it sounded weird to me. I'm like, what is this? Now it's like second nature. I can hear DMR is like, oh, that's this guy, that's this guy, that's this call sign, and I hear it, but think about it this way: it's just like single sideband the first time you heard it. Single sideband the first time you hear it is like it sounds like the original Star Wars film when they're Red 5, I'm going in. That was single sideband they were using. So it's all about what you've accustomed yourself to. So for an entry level ham, no, they're not going to tell a difference. I would go with the 7300, save a few $100.
Chuck makes a really good point also about
Well, yeah,
antenna.
Chuck is 100% right.
That's one thing that I said. You know what? I want a great radio that receives well, but I want a resonant antenna because it's been beat into my head resonant antenna. So what did I do? I went out and got an end-fed half wave that's resonant on 40 meters. I can't screw that up.
No, you can't.
So, and I've gotten, I don't know, 1,800 contacts so far on it.
That's funny.
It's done fantastic.
That's funny, Joe.
Provided you install it properly.
That's funny.
Even too, when guys talk about entry level, I don't think of it as I think about how much money do you have to spend.
Right.
And if you can get a 706 Mark II at a good price, but then you got to say, wait a minute, now that you got a G90, especially for what, under 400-ish or around there, it's only 20 watts, or do you get a 706 Mark II that's in great, that's still working, but it's going to give you 100 watts, it's going to give you 6 meters, it's going to give you 2 meters, it's going to give you 440. There's a lot there too to play with. Even a 7100. Look at this, guys. Everyone forgets about that 7100.
Right. Yeah, everybody does forget about that. One time I was you guys were talking about a tweet that Rhea did earlier months ago. Rhea put a tweet out there and said something about, it was kind of a generic question. It said something about what do you think ham radio needs right now, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the question was. And someone came along and said, well, ICOM needs to make a radio that's less than $1,000. They need to make a 100-watt radio that's like a half the price. And I'm like, why does it need? And I replied to that and I said, why does it need to be ICOM? Because you can go get a Lenco SR8T right now for $499.
That's right.
100-watt radio, no frills, no waterfall. 100-watt radio sounds excellent, and it's just a little bit more than G90 and does 100 watts. So
that's been the only drawback that's kept me away from the G90 is the fact that it's not 100 watts.
Right. Yeah.
Without it spending $500 on an amplifier for it.
Right.
Carlos, you were saying? Carlos?
You're muted. Somebody unmute him.
Go ahead.
There you go.
You were going to say?
I picked up my 706 for $5, and I believe I got a decent deal out of it. And I'd spend $5 again, but let me tell you, it was all I had in me yesterday not to spend the money on a G90 from Amazon.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean,
because you get caught up in that marketing. That's what happens. You got to be really careful with that.
400.
I don't know, that $399 was a $400, man. That was
$400
very hard not to jump on.
$400, and it saves me a couple of pounds on the pack, and it's saves me some room in the system. And I'm thinking, no. The one you have right now is working just fine. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
But it took a lot for me to not jump on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this in one of our first episodes, and the biggest thing that I would just caution of is that if you're always saving, like I remember we talked about a ham who was saving for like a year just to get on the air, and it's like you don't have to, just because we talk about a rate. If tomorrow I go buy the ICOM 7610 or whatever it is, doesn't mean that that's the only radio that you should focus on. Like you need to look at your needs. The reality is that Jason's been doing this for 23 years, people have been doing this longer than me. Well, all these guys have probably been doing this longer than me. And we're at different levels, and entry level is not an insult. It is not an insult
not at all.
to say
We've all been there.
entry
We've all
level.
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy another used rig, and I don't care what anybody thinks because it's just going to get me on the air.
I remember when I didn't have a penny to my name, and people were lending me gear. Again, remember we were talking about the Ham It Forward stuff. But everybody has always said to me, regardless of that radio, and like Chuck, antenna. Get on the air. Get on the air.
The purpose of a lot of our YouTube channels is to get new people on the air. And if that is actually the purpose of your YouTube channel, and if it's not, that's okay. But if that is actually the purpose of your YouTube channel, then new ham who doesn't know any better is not an insult. You're absolutely correct. I totally agree with that.
And I want to quote the 8. The analysis paralysis will get you every time.
Yes.
You can spend 2 freaking years deciding on what radio to get on. Make a decision, buy a radio. It will hold its value.
Yeah.
buy something used if you can't make up your mind. Sell it at a ham fest. Ham it forward if you can to somebody else who can. But there's always a way to get rid of a radio.
Well,
This 73, I am not married to this 7300. It will eventually go to somebody else, and I will explain to them the dents on the side of it from when it took a tumble. And it's like, hey, you know what? I made another 1,000 contacts after it took a tumble. That just shows you how bulletproof this thing is.
If I had fun with it, now it's going to be your turn to have fun with it, right, brother?
Exactly.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, you could have the analysis paralysis for 2 years, then all of a sudden, like you go to buy the radio, it's been discontinued, and you can't find it anywhere.
Right.
Look, I want to get this radio. This is the radio I want. This is the radio I'm set on. Then you go to get it, and it's been discontinued, and you can't find it anywhere.
The best thing to do is just buy multiple radios. buy one today, buy one next week, buy one next month, and then you have them all, and you're like, I'm going to use that one today.
Listen, like, Daddy Warbucks.
I didn't say that's what I did. I said that's what you should do, Carlos. Come on.
It's just find something that fits your needs. Whether you're on the zombie page in the swap meet, whether you're on the QTH classifieds, it was eBay, Craigslist. Careful.
Only hams.
Careful. Any of the Discord swap channels. I know Jason has one. I know we have one on Toads, and I know there's one on HSCC. I know that
there's one on Modern Hams as well.
Yep. So there are swap channels everywhere. People are always looking to swap out radios. It's a matter of finding what works for you.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
But again, do not neglect the antenna.
Yeah,
not at all.
Never neglect that,
and never underestimate a $60 in-fed half wave that somebody tells you wasted your money on. Because I've talked to Europe on that little $60 antenna because I had it set up correctly, and I listened to people whenever I asked questions. So don't let anybody intimidate you into you need a Titan DX whatever. No, you don't. You need a piece of wire that's resonant on a specific frequency, and you work off the harmonics. It's easy.
Either that or a Lucky Charms box. That's it.
Or a big ass amplifier.
Or an Altoids tin can like Adam had.
We used to have a guy said the forward gain comes in one of two ways, through the beam or through the AC outlet. You choose.
And I tell you what, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Antenna doesn't matter as much if you're 13,000 feet in the air like Adam is all the time. And he's making
then you can tune up a roll of foil.
Throw up the paper clip. You're going to make some contact.
No, seriously. We laugh, but the first time I listened to Carlos jumping out of the plane, out of what? You were in Chicago. You were just south of Chicago, I believe. Man, you're 20 over. And you were the loudest.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah,
exactly. Why? And you had what? What kind of? You had what? A rolled up J pole on 20 meters.
We need to invent a drone that has a battery that will last 364 days. So you bring it down once a year to charge it, and just fly it up to like 3,000 feet and leave it there all year long.
So Dennis 8060M, he needs to jump on this stream because we have lots of questions for Dennis, we've asked him multiple times, and he always says, "Oh, we can't come in. I can't come in tonight." But buddy, I'm calling you out. So come on,
let's go, Dennis. I'm gonna go get a cigar.
Carlos,
I'm running out of a cigar.
I'll see you on Thursday.
I'll be back.
See you gentlemen on Thursday. I'll bow out so Dennis can come in and answer questions.
Thank you, Carlos.
See you, Carlos.
Have a good night, man.
Sounds good, man.
I'll be back, guys.
Kyle, you did an interview with him tonight, right?
I did. Is that who I interviewed?
Is it? I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was at the gym at the time.
No, I did.
I'm gonna have to do team replay on that one. So
thank you, Jason. Yeah,
you're welcome.
We got into the minutia of jumping out of a plane. I wanted to kind of capture.
That's where he got the idea for strapping a flex to his leg, I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever tried?
Never have I ever.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll have to start them off with a 1500. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, they're only about yay big. Yeah.
So whoever has the link, send that over to Dennis and tell Dennis he needs to come. He needs to come hop on the stream with us.
I'm gonna drop out of here too, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason, thank you.
I hope
see you tomorrow.
I hope to wear W2HRC at Field Day this weekend. That'd be really cool.
I mean, we could do it with an HT stroke 5. So
okay, yeah. Well, I mean, let's do it real. But if you want to come up and call, Shane, hopefully Shane's going to come up and see us on Sunday.
I'll come up and see you guys.
Yeah. So Shane, if you want to just sit down and call CQ W2HRC stroke 5 make a few contacts, and then put it on your log, that'd be cool. Yeah, we can do that. So
we can get the grid square. I need the grid square, please.
We'll be
at Mike 13.
We'll be at Echo Mike 13.
Yeah, Echo Mike 13.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we'll be as Echo Mike 13. So yeah, John Kruk on my stream tomorrow at noon Central Time. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for hopping in, Jason. We appreciate it.
Yeah, always a fun time. Great show, guys.
Good night.
And I want to say, I'm not saying goodbye, but I want to say thank you to the between 38 and 40 people who have hung out with us tonight. Man, we really, really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Wait a minute. Look, this just in from California.
Dennis.
Look who it is. The man, the myth, the legend. It's Adam. Hey, Adam, how are you, sir?
Hello, Adam.
How's it going?
The sultry sounds of California. How are you, my friend?
Doing good.
Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Thanks for joining us tonight.
So you guys have like a limit of 10 people? Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
we're poor like that.
No, we can't afford a professional plan.
We figured 10 monkeys in this outfit was enough anyway.
Yeah.
There's not enough zookeepers.
Exactly. So for those of you who may not be familiar, and there's 36 people that are sitting there now, go ahead, Dennis, give us the elevator pitch of the Hamdom Thoughts podcast.
Hamdom Thoughts started out as I was just going to ramble about ham radio, and it started way back in when did we have the first YouTubers? It was the
year.
QSO Today virtual Ham Fest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jason had his live stream going, and he'd always bring people on. And I hopped on there and I said, hey, I started up this podcast. And right now it just has me talking about digital modes. And ever since I interviewed Charlie and J7V, I was like, hey, this interview style is kind of cool. And that's where it took off. So it's basically a ham radio podcast that is just a one-on-one style. Get to know each of the hams that you see a lot on YouTube or are popular for any other reason. But even, I've interviewed some people who don't have a YouTube channel and don't have any kind of online presence, but they just are doing cool things, So had a lot of fun. Continuing to have fun. There's going to be a good one tomorrow. And Tank, I want to invite you, Tank. I don't know your email.
Mine. I just got a fresh new email. This is my public one, and it goes straight to my phone, so anyone can email it. It's
I was going to bug you on
Tank,
Twitter.
hamradio at gmail.com. Twitter works too. KG5AHJ. I have an Instagram.
I was going to direct message you on Twitter because I couldn't find your email.
It's all good.
And
I just
also,
put it on QRZ.
I don't want to forget Steve. I also have you on my list. I wanted to invite you as well.
Absolutely.
And there's an open invite for Daniel, but he's not responding to my emails.
That's such bullshit.
Wow, getting called out.
Wow.
You have to
Shots
understand.
fired.
Right, no kidding.
All we have to do is nail the day. I said
Dennis,
yes.
he keeps
So-
telling us because of COVID, he can't cross the email.
okay.
They're blocking the email from crossing the border is what it is.
I was trying. Yeah, so
You tell me when.
response
Just
there.
tell me when you want to do it. We'll
I
do
sent
it.
your response, man.
You
Check your
said
email, bro.
I'm available any night. You want to hash this out live on this?
We'll get it going.
Let's go,
Doesn't everybody else?
I set my logs live.
Hey,
come on.
Right?
Watch
Ding, ding, ding.
Watch it do it on 60 meters.
Yeah, let's do.
I'll send it to you on WinLink via
that's
60
excellent,
meters.
Don.
That's right.
Let's do 60 meter SSTV.
We'll just do SSB over 60 meters. Great.
There you go.
Yeah, but thanks for the plug. It's been fun so far. Been getting to know a lot about all the different people.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
And that was the fastest hour. I wish we'd had 2, but that would have been a lot of editing your part. But that hour went by so fast, and I had a blast sitting around chit chatting with you. It was a lot of fun.
Just makes you feel so comfortable. You start talking. It's
yeah,
great.
like a therapist for free.
What?
What?
But you learn so much about everybody else.
Yeah,
just when you think we all, the 9 of us know each other, all of a sudden you're going to hear something on Dennis's, podcast.
Yep.
It's great.
Sounds
It's cool.
like
I kind of like. I look at it as like snapshot biographies of each of you.
Oh, absolutely.
And you get to see the persona in the streams, in the videos, but you don't get the kind of like the background and what motivates and how you got into it. So
why in the hell do we choose to do all this filming and editing and uploading and scheduling? And
the therapists are going to have a field day with us.
I think, Dennis, I think your first episode that you release of like bloopers and behind the scenes should be all of Shane's cutout that you did, because
I don't think there was much cutout there, because when I listened to that episode, it was like blam, straightforward.
No, Shane's a good interviewee. He definitely just keeps the conversation going
and came prepared.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
You're going to put me to shame. I just show up and let the energy take over and see where we are. You don't know where we're going to end up.
Then if the tank is on there,
Frank's
you got to
going to add
make sure
3dB to my podcast.
you're going to have to reduce his volume to resume.
Yeah. You're going to have to get the compressor out for him.
But you know what's going to be? We will, when Frank goes on, we won't listening to the podcast, but we can only visualize Frank doing this. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to Tank Radio.
I'm sure it'll be added.
Yeah, Frank, you got to do an intro for me.
Oh, I'll love to.
There you go.
So on top of having his podcast, everybody knows, that, well, not everybody, but a lot of people know about the Denko brand batteries. And
yep.
I have a question about those.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
They're sold out.
So I know, right? They're always sold out. Are they just like 4 and 6 amp hour, or do you do bigger ones like 10, 15, 16, 20 amp hour?
I've made a 14 for someone. The cells, I can make them as big as needed, but so far I have just the 6, because those are kind of in the middle and they have a good size. So you can use them for QRO for a few hours, or you can use them for QRP for the day.
And Bill, matter of fact, if Billy's listening, Billy should maybe check out Dennis.
Man, such a great idea.
What's that now?
So were you here earlier when we had Billy on, was talking about he was trying to get a battery to run his radio from, and he was struggling between the lithium iron phosphate, because he was carrying this lead acid battery up to the top of this peak to run his radio from.
Poor kid.
Yeah, no wonder he was doing jitsu before he came to the stream tonight.
Yeah. Poor kid.
But yeah.
One arm is longer than the other now.
That video about Modern Ham, I found him on YouTube, but I've been following him on Twitter. I just didn't know about his videos, so gonna be checking those out. Yeah,
he did a great 2 meter contact with a baking sheet and a radio there on the top of a I don't know if you call it a mountain, but a top of a hill there in Kentucky. He was doing 2 meter simplex off of there with the portable antenna and a baking sheet.
Nice.
So in the chat, I dropped over there. Can't point over there. You'll see there's a couple links. One is the Anchor FM, that is the where the podcast is hosted, and then a couple spots down you'll see Dennis's website. He does have a lot of pictures on his website of what he's done in the past, and his Twitter feed is with some of the images he put out. He built a, what was it, Dennis? 200 or 250 amp hour?
It's 280 rated, but it actually gives only about 240 amp hours. So that's my power outage setup. It's not really for ham radio necessarily. I could run field day all weekend with that thing.
That's awesome.
No doubt.
Challenge accepted.
Speaking of which, Dennis, what do you do for field day?
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah,
think field day?
I have there's a lengthy Twitter post about that. I sometimes XYL plans supersede field day plans, right? So that's my case.
Unless she wants you to paint the ceiling in a room.
We call that a handicap.
Yeah.
Moving popcorn is a handicap.
Popcorn treading.
What you got there, Steve?
So if you want to go ahead and share it out, you'll see there's his logs processed.
Yeah. All right, Frank.
For those of you that are waiting.
Look at that.
Frank can come back. For all y'all listening, Frank will be back next week. So
The week after.
And everybody else who made contact with Frank, you could come on the stream and say, "Hey, thanks for finally uploading your logs so I can get my award that I've been waiting on."
Thanks for y'all pushing that one button.
Yeah. Good job, Frank. Man, we're proud of you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, it's getting late here. I'm gonna
I hear you,
say
Kyle.
toodles.
Kyle, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
We got about probably 15 minutes left. I think we could milk another 15 minutes of content out of this. I think this will be our longest stream to date. But you know what? Field Day is a big topic. And we have some great, fantastic guests that's come in and shared their experience. Y'all are welcome anytime. Just say, hey, come on. We usually plan these things out at least 30 minutes ahead of time.
Everyone get on the radio.
Wait. We have to make a motion to add an honorary member to the roll. So I would like to make a motion to add Dennis, 86DM.
Second.
Nope.
To the Ham
All
Radio
in motion?
Clubhouse. Absolutely.
Aye.
Yay!
All opposed? Me. Come on.
That's only because you haven't been on the stream on the podcast yet. Don't know.
And if we razz you, that means we love you. So that's all. Just always remember that.
All right, Kyle. Thanks, man.
Thank you,
Kyle.
everyone.
Thanks, Kyle.
Everyone get
What do you
on the
got coming
air
up?
Everyone get on the air this weekend. Go find a club. Go find a public field day event. Go to the ARL and type in where can I go to field day and get on the air.
Field day locator.
And that link is still posted it's still linked at the top of the chat. It's still pinned.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Kyle, what do you have coming up on your channel this week? Anything?
Man, I'm all streamed out, man. I am done. I streamed
Trivia.
like for
Feel ya.
5 hours on Friday, and I did tonight with Carlos. Everyone should go back and watch the interview I did with Carlos.
When's the next trivia?
The next trivia, well, it will be July 16th is the next
Excellent.
trivia, but I don't know what I'm going to do in the month of August because that's Huntsville weekend.
Well, you should
supposed to
live
do
stream
next
from
week.
Huntsville
Well,
and have a live panel of people doing
well,
I'm gonna be so drunk.
You're going to be.
and
we
I promise
talked.
not to swear.
We talked about that.
The answers will be off the wall.
Yeah, we talked about that on how I could pull that off at Huntsville. And you know what? I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to stress about trivia. So I would love to do trivia live at Huntsville, but if somebody wants to give me a few grand so I could run out a production company and they could do it for me, I'm all ears.
I mean,
I'm
I
all
could
ears.
probably do it with some buzzers that we get from the dollar store.
You know what? It might be done with Lucky Charms boxes and
Yeah, there you go.
and lights in the background. Who knows?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Oh, thanks for coming on, Kyle. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks, guys. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kyle.
If you haven't had a chance, check out Kyle's channel. There will be a link to it. I'm sure it's been dropped. I wasn't look at it.
I worked him last year. I'm actually right where I'm sitting right now was my field. We had pouring rain here in Connecticut last field day, and I was watching Kyle's live stream while I was operating. Next thing I know, I heard I had to shut everything off. It's fun to work Kyle and others live like that. So, and Kyle does a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, do it, man. You'll be happy. It'll make you happy.
Yes, it will. So yeah, John was just saying in the comments, excuse me, that if you can't find a location, all right, get on the air anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Respond to people. Just get on the air.
Go
hit
to your
any of us.
backyard.
Hit any of us up on Discord. We'll give you some ideas.
Yeah.
I'll find you a POTA spot. If you can go to a POTA spot, set up in your backyard, throw an antenna up.
Anything.
Somebody's
Walmart-
going to be doing something. Make contact.
Walmart parking lot. It don't make a difference. Just go
Exactly.
anywhere. Go anywhere and have fun.
I don't know if we're prepared for this next guest.
Oh, I don't
Who
know.
is it? Wait.
I gotta premise this by saying we are ending the stream, so
Yes.
we'll bring him in, but we're not starting a whole new conversation.
We got about 10 minutes left before we'll bring you.
Give me a hint. Give me a hint. Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
Well, his first name is
Yeah.
Shaqin, and his last name's Greg.
The Pro. The Pro. That almost
Nice.
that's your new nickname, the Pro. Because of his drink. Because of his drink.
Exactly. Welcome, my friend. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
We're hanging in
Yeah,
there.
we're okay.
Doing all right. Almost, almost ready for field day.
Got about 10 minutes left, and then we're all going to head to field day.
Yeah, we're starting
Right.
now.
What are you doing, Greg, for field day? Greg, what do you do for field day?
This will be my second field day. I'm just going to the clubhouse. And it's our club's pretty small, and everybody's busy. They're all around my age and have so much going on with family. We talked about going out in an actual field and doing that, but we'll just be back in the clubhouse. We advertised it, and we'll put a sign out so anybody that wants to stop by in public come and visit. And
Nothing wrong with that. That's right.
We'll run it with power. We usually run one radio from a generator, and that's about it. But it's fun. It's kind of like T.O. said, a lot of playing radio, but a lot more just hanging out and talking.
So what's your sign? Is it spray painted radio here?
RDOHRE.
It's a little bit better than that, but actually we've had a problem with people stealing our signs. So actually we got for our local ham fest. It's crazy. We have these just big painted red signs that we post on the highway about our ham fest, and one of the guys in the club was at somebody's house like 2 counties over and found the sign that got stolen 2 years ago. He had it in this
awkward moment.
He had it in his garage, and he's like, "Oh, I bought that at a yard sale."
Yeah, I
2
bet
years
you
ago.
did.
You know what's going to happen? Someday
So we got it back.
Someday we're all going to be
Nice.
watching American Pickers, and we're going to find one of those.
Exactly.
Oh no, but it'll be fun. It'll just be hanging out and talking and not a whole lot. I was thinking about doing POTA with a buddy and camping out, but come to find out I got work on Sunday now, so just going to go to the clubhouse.
Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah.
Very cool, Greg. Thank you very much for popping in here, man. It's always great to see you.
Thanks for letting me jump in.
Well, I think we're about rolling into the end of the evening here, so let's take a few minutes. We'll do a round table here. We've got enough folks that we could probably occupy. Was about 8 minutes left of the stream, but I want to start back down there with Shaq and Greg. Thanks for joining us tonight. And do you have anything coming up that you want to announce, put on your YouTube channel that's news and noteworthy?
No, nothing up in the air right now. Norm's been talking me into doing the Saturday night shorts of making a cocktail in the shack. So
Nice.
since
That's
I got to
nice.
work this Sunday, I have to find out a way to make cocktails in the at the clubhouse without people seeing me. So maybe that'll be on the
Just use the porta
next
potty.
one. Maybe I'll just be pouring it into like a McDonald's cup.
There you
Who
go.
knows?
All right,
but
Dennis,
yeah,
Dennis,
not a
what
whole
you
lot
got
going
coming
on.
up this week?
Next episode drops tomorrow, and I won't reveal who it is, but let's just say he has a hilarious
Write it down.
deadpan humor, and
Excellent.
he's a doomsday prepper.
Excellent.
So yeah, give it a listen. Hamdom Thoughts. It's on anchor.fm/8060m.
And I believe Beer Snacker, one of the guys, will throw that link into the chat there. So anyone who is a taker of the pods
And we'll
That's one
take
way to
your
put it.
and we'll take your tweet and we'll retweet your stuff for
Absolutely.
you as always, like how we always do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, Frank. Frank, thanks for joining us tonight. What you got coming up? I know you probably got some stuff for Field Day coming up.
Coming up is Field Day, but the next episode to drop next Monday is going to be talking about soda and what equipment we're going to be using. Or I'm going to start a series of videos talking about soda equipment, not related to radios, but what equipment to use to get up to the soda peak so you can play with your radio. So we're going to start
Oxygen
out
works
with
great.
Yep, we're starting out with backpacks.
There you go.
After that,
Fantastic.
there's going to be a whole lot of filming with Field Day, so watch the channel for more Field Day content. I think I'm going to get 2 videos, maybe 3 out of it. So
I'm
it's
probably going to be up
fun.
there on Sunday, so I'll definitely bring my camera because I want to catch all the excitement that goes on at the Deer Lace for.
Well, you need to
for
come
Field
out for
Day.
the full experience.
I wish I could. Unfortunately, I've got to work.
Yeah.
And make sure you get some drone video.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, please bring your drone. I need a shot.
yeah.
I need a shot.
Absolutely.
Several shots.
I have my 107 license, so if you need a release for that, I can set you up for that.
Yeah.
Joe Brett, when are you going to live stream again, man? We miss hearing the sultry sounds of Mississippi on the air.
Yeah, you've seen my internet lately, so
I mean, I didn't want to call you out. I didn't want to say anything. I was going to give you the benefit
in the
of
last
doubt.
5 minutes, I've watched my internet connection icon go on, off, on, off, on, off. So, anyway, that's me.
One of these days.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Bring me
Steve,
some
when are we
fiber.
going to get the first drop of your Ham Radio channel?
So editing
pressure.
a Parks on the Air video sucks.
You need help, let me know. I can help. I can help.
Well, I think I'm going to do some filming at Field Day, and I'm going to probably edit that up first and get that out quick. So
Nice. I look forward to
'cause
that video. That's going to be on the.
Yeah.
That's going to drop on the 19th, right?
Yeah, things like that. But I will have
Something like
video.
that.
Yeah, I will have video of how we put up the antennas. So,
There you go.
Nice,
Make a
perfect.
YouTube short of that.
Yeah, that's definitely going up quick.
Don, Whiskey 1, Foxtrot Yankee Golf.
W1FYG will be live Field Day Saturday and Saturday night, and you see that. I can't get my fingers. The
Live
tent
from
right
the
there.
hut.
Live from the Eskimo hut in the backyard.
There we go.
Look for me on the bands 20, 40, who knows, 15.
Watch for your spot.
Watch for my no spots.
I'll spot you on something.
I think I'll be one Echo. I'll be using the Bioenno battery, just playing on the 7300.
Nice.
And who knows? Maybe I'll use the 706 Mark II instead of this. Who knows? It's one of those things. When I wake up on Saturday, it's whatever I feel like doing. So that's what we'll be doing.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna try to get out a couple of shorts too. On some of the stuff. So look forward to working, everybody.
Hopefully
Have
you're
fun.
wearing shorts in those shorts.
Absolutely not.
That's why he shoots from the waist up.
That's
All right. Beer snack. Good evening, sir.
You're looking
What
at
you got coming up? What you got
You're
coming up,
looking-
man?
You're looking at it. I'm hanging out in the clubhouse. I've got, the FT8 off Thursday. I got FT8 off next week, and this weekend is going to be just setting it up with the Ham Club.
Nice.
With the local club. I might try to throw Whiskey 2 HRC on the air for a little bit, but we'll see.
You better.
That'd be nice.
We'll see.
I'm going to do Stroke 5 on Sunday, so if we could get enough people, we could probably put together some sort of event where everyone who logs a W2 HRC, you could just shoot us a message. We could, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
What's
Yeah.
up? The mystery of radio.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what's going on. So FT8 off Thursday, FT8 off next Tuesday, and I think next Thursday as well. So
Awesome.
join us.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
All right, Daniel, it's up to you, my friend.
Yeah, guys, I got all kinds of stuff coming up, but 2 things I'm super excited about is I am doing the interview with my grandfather about his learning. He learned CW 14 for the railways and grew up with that. So I want to just pick his brain about not an amateur radio, but just about life back then and learning CW.
That's
for
gonna be
work.
great. That's gonna be awesome.
That'll be fantastic.
I have 2 fantastic YouTubers. I got Adam K6ARK and Kyle A0Z. We're still working on figuring out all the details, but we're going to do a good interview together. So I'm really looking forward to that. My grandfather's committed to that.
That'd be
And
awesome.
the next thing is I am going to be on Dennis's show. So I'm looking forward to that, Dennis. Thank you so much. Honestly, guys, you know what's funny? I just got to say this quickly. No, you don't expect to get asked to be on that kind of like a podcast or something like that. And honestly, Dennis, thank you so much for thinking of me. And I honestly, it is a great show. And so I'm just really happy that I'm going to be able to make it on there. So
thanks.
Yeah.
I paid him $20. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna send you my Venmo receipt.
Dang, he's cheap, Dennis. Man, you got to bring.
I got to interject, but yeah, Daniel, just running the clubhouse here with Shane and everyone. Had to have you on. One of the most outspoken folks I know.
If you only knew what went on behind the scenes. There's a reason behind that madness.
I don't know if I take it as an insult or a compliment.
You need to add that to the interview sheet. Make sure that question's in there.
Hold on, Dennis. Is that a compliment or an insult? I'm trying to figure that out.
Not to choose your own adventure is what that is.
I'm just saying, if you could go back and see the conversations of trying to talk Daniel and Shane both to start a YouTube channel. You're like, I don't know. And now look at them.
I'm like, F this. I'm not doing that.
I could show you logs of years worth of Jason and Josh and T.O. and everyone because they knew me years behind the scenes for Jason stuff. So
that's awesome.
You know what's great though? I just got to say this is that people don't realize, but we got multiple type A personalities, like of the 6 original people of the show, but it works and we get along well and we're respectful and it's amazing. So
we haven't had any fights yet.
That could be a true issue.
And no one's punched anyone yet. So
Shane, how about you, buddy?
I'm going to take the last 30 seconds here and say thanks everyone for joining us tonight on the Ham Radio Clubhouse. I appreciate you. All of us appreciate you. Thanks for coming out tonight. Next on my channel will be something related to Field Day. I've got an antenna that I've been meaning to review that I've finally got trimmed. So that will probably be done at Field Day, and I'll probably join Frank and the gang up at Jason's Ranch for that. So look forward to that. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you, all 28 of you, all 40 of you, however many we're on tonight. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next week. I want to say, everybody, take a second, wave bye at the screen, and we will.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.